Yo, 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 what's good, people? What's good, my people? Can you hear me loud and clear? Can you hear me loud and clear? Y'all let me know. Give me some feedback. I want to make sure the mic is good, the audio good, the video good. Barrios, what's good, player? Who else in the house? What's good? De Parra, what's good? What's good? What's good? Loco Coco Pops in the house. What's good? To die for, my brother. Johnny Gaming in the house. Big facts. I am here, my brother. I am here. Franco Tech in the house. Harlem PS Gamer, my brother. Ice Queen, what's good, Queen? Paradox in the house. Miami Sunrise. Hey, we got more people coming in. It's a beautiful Sunday afternoon. The potter said, my cap is good. Big facts, brother. Don't worry, I'm going to try to turn it up a notch today. Y'all see the title of the show. Team Charlie in the house. What's good? Hey, I'm glad you're here, my brother. I am glad. Hey, listen, I can't wait for January. I think January the 25th or something like that, or the 15th. The Seto Corsa Evo. Plus, both Moza and Fanatic have new wheels. Fanatic has the Porsche wheel. It's the square Porsche Vision concept, the GT concept car steering wheel coming, as well as Moza has the Lamborghini racing wheel coming. So I can't wait. I can't wait. Jenna Hayes in the house. Was good. Craig, this is not Mass Effect, my brother. Big facts. Craig said, Jada, he said PS5 Pro got these heads, got the heads against the wall and told them ready for the cheek busting. Oh man. Pause. Yeah, hey, I heard Xbox sold more mini refrigerators and toasters than consoles. I heard that to die for. Lunchi, my brother, was good. All things PlayStation in the house was good, my brother. Levon in the house. You already know, brother. You already know, Levon. Listen, man, we waiting on some Switch news. You know what I'm saying? We got the PS5 Pro coming in 2 weeks. 2 weeks ago, y'all. 2 weeks. That thing is #1 across all retailers. Who else we got? Mustang Gamer. Oh, he just picked up the new T598. Okay, that's what's up. Listen, I am in all 3 of the lines. I'm with Thrustmaster, Fanatic, and Moza. I ordered the Moza R12 base, and I am waiting for one of my rims to come, but I'm waiting for the newly announced Lamborghini wheel. So as soon as that come out, I will be ordering it. I am not getting that Fanatic Bentley. I've been waiting for that thing for 3 years. Nah, I ain't getting it for $2,000. Nah, that's a wrap. Team Charlie in the house. Freddy 214. What else? What up? Listen, we got about 42 people in here. We're gonna get more. I don't know if y'all been watching these Digital Foundry videos, but they basically been breaking down each section of their videos and posting it under the Digital Foundry clips. And most of them has been talking about the PS5 Pro. The PS5 Pro. Kiap 901 said, J-Dub, why you hating on PC gaming, my brother? Listen, I wouldn't hate on PC gaming, brother, but I got to. You know what I'm saying? Xbox done left the console war space. You know what I'm saying? They got stumped out. We ain't got nobody else to talk about, brother. The next step is the PC guys. You know what I'm saying? PlayStation versus PC Master Race. That's all. It's just, we just teasing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all still got it. Y'all still got the power. We just, you know what I'm saying? Popping our shit since we #1 in the console space. You know, we don't mean no harm, brother. We do not mean no harm. Cooper Clips. What up, Jay? What up, my brother? Alizé in the highs. Said PSSR is spooking the PC guy. Hey, man, I ain't gonna lie. Hey, listen, I can't lie. Listen, Kiap 901, he got you there. Cooper Clips got you there. I mean, Alizé got you there. For some reason, you know, PC guys got the NVIDIA DLSS. And, you know, they got the T-flop power. They got the CPU power and everything. But some reason, this $699 console got these PC dudes shook. Listen, if I game exclusively on my PC that has a 4090, right? I wouldn't feel any type of way about console guys talking about me, right? Because I already got the best. So why would I argue with them, and why would I feel inferior, or why would I feel some type of way because they finally getting some kind of technology that can semi-rival what I have. You know what I'm saying? With the scaling and stuff. Why? Like why? As a PC gamer, why are you upset about that? Why does that ruffle your feathers? That PSSR is looking Gucci out here. I'm just saying. Well, according to Digital Foundry, now PSSR is right next to DLSS, and then you got XCSS, and then you got FSR and stuff like that. So let's stop the damage controlling. This piece of technology is in its first iteration, and it's getting better every day according to developers. They wake up every day. There's a new update. Sony updating the analytics and whatever they update in the background or whatever, and that's making the capability a lot better. The fact that now PlayStation 5 has 8K 60 modes in multiple games, F1 2024, with ray tracing, by the way, with ray tracing, and then you got GT's obviously GT7, right, the granddaddy of them all, with 8K 60. I'm just saying, for $699, not too shabby. You know, I'm just saying, if you're a PC dude, you shouldn't feel any type of way. But the fact that you're feeling some type of way, I think that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. That's just me. I don't know why you would feel, if you would feel some type of way. Like, can the console dudes get they shine? Can they get their shine? Listen, you got a 4090. You got 24 gigs of RAM. You got 80, 90, 100 T-flops. Why should you feel any type of way? And I think I'm starting to understand why PC guys are feeling some type of way. I honestly think because the average person will see that they can get a lot of the PC capabilities for a cheaper price. And there is a such thing as good enough, right? There is a such thing as good enough. Like, I don't have to have the absolute best, but I can have good enough to run on my TV for the price that I pay. Sure, I could go and spend double, triple, quadruple the price of a PS5 Pro to get something that looks a little bit better, a little bit better frames and stuff like that. But for that cost, is that even worth it? I can give me a PS5 Pro and go and get me a nice spanking brand new TV for that cost. You see what I'm saying? Kiop, hey, listen, brother, listen. I'm not making this stuff up. Gifted Gamer, what's good? Cloud Stripe, my brother. Say J-Dub, we say, get Xbox the fuck out of here. We need someone to step up and compete. I agree. I agree. Don't this feel like the last days of when the Sega Dreamcast was going? It feels like the last days, like they just winding down, buying time. They already gave up. It ain't even been 4 years. We're not even 4 years into this generation, and they done gave up. You know what I'm saying? Overdone, my brother. Pineapple don't belong on pizza. I agree. I agree, my brother. Kiop, listen, I'm being honest. There are Taryn, my brother, Fledge Run. There are some PC gamers that feel some type of way. They out there cutting videos. They being mad at Craig Harris for saying what he's saying about the 4090. I mean, you know, people can crack jokes and make fun. You know, people don't have to get in their feelings, but there's a lot of people who are in their feelings. And let's face it, Sony is known for killing every single console that comes against it. It ran Nintendo out of the console space. It ran them into the handheld space for comfort. It ran Sega out of business. Now it's running Xbox out of business. You see what I'm saying? That's just how the cookie crumbled. Now, I don't understand why PC gamers, I understand why Xbox gamers hate, right? But I don't understand why PC gamers feel some type of way and why they hate the PS5 Pro. If anything, they should embrace it because that's going to help the games to push the PC forward. The better tech that's in the console is the better ports and the better access to games that the PC gamers get. That's what I'm just saying. Since they sitting around waiting years and years for PlayStation ports. At least you want to make that port worthwhile, right? With some advanced features and stuff like that. The better the consoles do, the better the PC versions of the games will do. I'm just saying. Taryn, I agree. Sega is better than Xbox. I agree. Lucia said, PC dudes just want to be in the conversation. Well, that's true. No, because think about it. Nobody ever talks about PC. Unless they get a brand new graphics card, nobody really cares. And even when they do, nobody still cares. And in the grand scheme of things, it's less than 10% of the people even buy the high-end card. So it's just a niche item. Let's take a look at the top played games on PC. I just want to bring to some perspective on this, guys. According to the Steam database, the #1 game on PC is Counter-Strike 2, Dota 2, a game called Banana, PUBG Battlegrounds, Throne and Liberty, Source, Rust, GTA 5, Baldur's Gate 3, and a game called Sanctuary. Those are the top 10 played games on PC. And mind you, 99% of those games can run on a goddamn Casio watch. So my thing is, and listen, keep in mind, I got a 4090, but I just don't understand. Well, I kind of do. A lot of those dudes that are barking up the console tree, those guys, those aren't real PC gamers. Those guys are Xbox refugees. They got tired. I repeat, they got tired of getting their back kicked in from the Xbox side. They got tired of people mocking them and stuff like that. So what did? They bought them a PC and they claim PC Master Race, but they sit around and wait for console games. Real PC gamers aren't playing those console ports. The real PC games are playing the games that I just named. Counter-Strike 2, that's not on PC. Dota 2, that's not on PC. Banana, that's not on PC. Rust, I'm sorry, not on PC, but that's PC exclusive. That's not on console. Rust, that's on console, but that shit, like, it's really dog shit. Satisfactory. I mean, a lot of these stuff are PC games that was ported to console. So it wasn't really like a console game ported to PC. Like the Spider-Mans and God of Wars and stuff like that. So anyway, I don't want to make the topic about PC specifically. Someone in the chat brought it up, and I just really made a mental note of that. So if you got a high-end graphics card, consider yourself the one of a few, and just sit back and relax and chill. The PS5 Pro ain't gonna, it ain't gonna pee in your Kool-Aid. It's okay to have that. But if you got a dog shit PC, which most gamers do, you probably feel some type of way. Because you probably feel like, hey man, instead of buying my PC, I could have bought me a PS5 Pro and had all the bangers. Had GTA 6 day one running lovely. You see what I'm saying? Having the Wolverine day one running lovely. To die folks say PC players ain't never seen a pair of titties. Big facts. They ain't never had a bitch with titties. Shout out to my brother Next Gen 720. I don't know if we're gonna do a show later or not. I decided to jump on. We can pop some shit, talk a little bit. But one thing I did want to say though is I watched the Digital Foundry video, and they told me in that video that pretty much Xbox is winding down. And the reason they're winding down is look at their consoles that they just released. Their refreshes. They didn't change anything. They just gave you a white color, made it all digital. And the other one, they added extra terabyte of space, and they added some sprinkles. And they charge you $100 and $200 extra dollars. That's telling you where they're going to go. They even talked about the die, the 6 day, it moved to 6 nanometer. But they didn't add no new tech. They didn't add nothing to it. So at this point, I think Microsoft went ahead and pulled the plug. They're just going to ride this generation out. And I think that's it. I think Satya said he doesn't want to spend any more money on R&D. They did what they can to get people to buy Fire Sticks. They did what they can to get people to buy Samsung TVs, subscribe to Game Pass, subscribe to Boosteroid, GeForce Cloud, and the rest of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, and I kind of agree. Why would they go out and spend more money if people didn't buy last generation console, right? And then people this generation didn't even buy half of the consoles they sold last gen. What do you think is going to happen next generation? You think all of a sudden people are going to start? But no. The bulk of the Xbox crowd bought the Series S. Like 90% of them. They didn't buy the X. So that says they don't care about power. They care about cheap prices. So if Microsoft can come out with a cheap thumbstick, thumb drive, flash drive, if they can come with a little small box that stream the games or you just, goddamn Roku box, who something, that's kind of where people are going to go. Johnny J says, Jay, do you think GTA 6 coming out in 25 still? Yes, sir. I do believe that. And I only believe that because the company keeps coming out damn near every week saying the game is still going to be released next year. But you got all these underground sites for clicks and views keep coming out saying, oh no, it's delayed. It's going to be in 2026. And a lot of those guys, you got to understand, they want to say that because a lot of them are PC gamers. They don't want to wait till 2027, 2028 to play GTA 6. So they're hoping that the game gets delayed so some kind of way they'll end up getting it early. It's not going to be the case. Shout out to Abdullah 2111 for subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate you. Thank y'all for all the love and support. Danny, what's good, Danny? Uncompetitive in the highs. True SSJ Havoc, my brother. Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. Microsoft financials are coming out really soon for the quarter. And Amy Hood said that they're going to be down negative again. So it'll be a lot. I mean, it's a lot of quarters that they're in a negative. And this holiday season is amongst us. This is October already. A lot of gamers are waiting for the PS5 Pro. Nintendo dudes are kind of waiting to see what Nintendo's going to do with the Switch 2. What the hell is going on with Xbox? Who is waiting for Xbox? What is Xbox next move? Do they sit around while the PS5 and the PS5 Pro and the Switch 2 just run rampant in this industry? Unchecked? With no competition? Indiana Jones is coming out in December. It's coming out in February for the PS5 Pro. We know it's going to run better, higher resolution, higher frames. I'm just saying, as an Xbox only gamer, what is there to be excited about? Terrence Singh said, Halo is going to come to PlayStation next year. The whole slate is going to go. Yeah, Phil, rumor has it that the next 4 games is going to be announced at the Game Awards. So that's in November, I think. Isn't November or December, guys? Let me take a look. The Game Awards. The Game Awards 2024. December the 12th. December the 12th. Yeah, December the 12th. Call of Duty is coming out, what, next week? Heath, was good, my brother? Heath the Heathen Stevens. Hey, Heath, if you want, you already know, brother, Discord is wide open for you if you want to come in and pop some shit. I'm opening up Discord right now just in case. Levon, you're always welcome as well, brother. Y'all know this is an open platform. All right, I got y'all. I got it open. Pause. Pause. I ain't mean to say that. Stall me out. Ice Queen says she's heading off. Oh, it is late in the UK. I forgot about that. Well, you have a great evening, Queen, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for your support. Ghetto guy said he just canceled COD pre-order. Yeah, man, I'm gonna be honest. Just go ahead and wait for that thing. Y'all know COD. After a week, it's gonna be on discount. You know, I just wait for that PS5 Pro version because you know it's Pro enhanced. They just won't announce it because it'll make Xbox look really bad. I mean, can you imagine advertising the PS5 Pro version of Call of Duty, running better, looking better? And this year there's exclusive, time exclusive or exclusive PS5 content this year. It's still. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me some water. Alrighty, I'm back. I am back. Curtis said, Halo not going to PlayStation because Halo is Xbox. Oh, my God. My God. Listen, I'm going to tell you this. That used to be the case. But right now, Microsoft needs to make money. They spent $100 billion. They need to get that money back. There's not enough Game Pass subscribers. There's not enough people buying games. There's a reason, according to digital Foundry, there's a reason they switched to Unreal Engine 5. And that's because it's easy to port the games to other platforms. And y'all better hope the Switch 2 hardware isn't powerful enough. Because if it is, you know it's coming to the Switch 2. Anonymous Boss, what's good, player? What's good? Hope you're having a good Sunday evening. Yeah, I mean, at this point in time, what is there to be excited for Xbox? I just don't get it. If all your games are going to PlayStation 5 Pro, how do Jax82 said, what happened to those 30 million subscribers if Microsoft get up? Well, basically what's going to happen is what they've been wanting to happen. They want them to transition over to other platforms. Think about it. If those 30 million people, let's say 15 of them go to PlayStation, Microsoft doesn't care because that's an additional 15 million PlayStation customers they're going to be able to sell their games to. Remember, Microsoft makes 70%, but Sony also makes 30% by doing absolutely nothing. So just keep that in mind. Oh shit, we got my brother Heath the Heathen Stevens. What's good, Heath? What's good, player? Hold on, let me make sure that they can hear you. Hey, can you guys hear Heath? Say something, Heath. Not sure they can hear you, but I'm gonna make sure they can hear you. Hey guys, I want. Yeah, man. Hey guys, I want you to let me know if you can hear Heath. Let me change this output here. Say something, Heath. Nope, they can't hear you. Hold on. Let me move it to. Go ahead again.
Hey,
So,
what's up, guys?
there you go. They can hear you now.
Okay. Yeah, this shit's getting crazy, man. Like, you really think that they're gonna put out another like competing console when they fired Jason Rano and that whole team, and it's like the Surface team doing it now. And here's the other thing: ARM failed. They tried. This is the fourth time they tried to put ARM on Windows and all that shit,
Yeah.
and it's failed again. So who knows if they're going to do that mobile hybrid shit? I mean, you'd figure they probably would because it's their own shit, but
Yeah.
who knows at this point?
Well, they've tried, like you said, they've tried the ARM chips in the Surface tablets. It didn't go anywhere. They had a special Windows RT. That's what it was called, Windows RT, for their ARM chips in their laptops. That failed. They got rid of that. Now they fired the hardware team for Xbox, so now the Surface team is taking over. So you gotta assume it's going to be something with ARM. We saw due to the leaks what they were trying to do. So this box isn't going to be a full-fledged battle against PS6 type or PS5 Pro type box. That's not what they're doing. It'll be something. It may have some machine learning in it to help assist the cloud. That's what I think. What do you think, Heath? What do you think? Are they going to do anything? I mean, because right now it's just speculation, right? We know what Sarah Bond said about technologically advanced, right? But she didn't say the most powerful. So it doesn't necessarily, power doesn't mean the most advanced. My iPhone can be considered the most advanced. It doesn't mean it's the most powerful phone out there. And then at this time, things change. Sarah Bond said things and she changed her mind, or it didn't come true. Remember they were going to have the whole Windows stuff? What happened to that? She talked about the 12 games you'll be playing.
The Windows Store.
Yeah.
The store.
Yeah. These are the 12 games you'll be playing in the next few months. That never came to fruition. So do you
especially
really...
with what's happened with ARM, who knows? But yeah, the main that from the leaks was the cloud hybrid shit was supposed to be what was going to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if they go that route, they're not competing. You know what I mean? Anyway.
Yeah.
You're not competing at all. You're going a completely different route. That, you know what I mean? I don't see them going for it like that, because they're not going to put that kind of R&D money in after they spend all that money on Activision and Bethesda and shit. You know?
No, I agree. I agree.
They're gonna do an app, if anything. Like I don't see them making their own handheld device. I see them making an app that you could put on any handheld device. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That would be smarter than making a handheld device. I see them making more like a stick, like a streaming stick device kind of thing. That's what I thought, maybe.
Yeah. Well, that too. Remember, they tried to make the streaming box. But they couldn't get the price under $99. That was their goal.
Yeah.
So you got to think, die has shrunk by now. Maybe some things have gotten cheaper where they can be able to make it feasible. Or if not, maybe it'll be feasible by time.
Even under 200.
Yeah.
Even under 200 for something like that would be, it'd be really powerful and work. But then you're still relying on the cloud and shit,
Yeah. No, I agree. Low Key Poppy, what's good, my brother? Oh wow, Kendall said PS5 Portal will outsell Xbox handheld. I agree with that. I'm gonna be honest. I think the goddamn PlayStation Portal probably done outsold the goddamn Xbox right about now. And I made a bet, predicting that the damn PlayStation 5 Pro will probably outsell the Xbox by the end of the generation. It just may, because GTA 6 is going to force a lot of PC guys to go ahead and pony up and buy one. That's why I said that. Oh, man, we got my brother Pastor Joe in the house. He said, stop lying, you war hero. Oh, man, stop me out, Pastor Joe. Hey, Pastor Joe, if you want, listen, I'm going to send you an invite, Pastor. If you want, please don't attack us. I just sent you an invite to the Discord. Please don't attack us. Please don't spit on our shoes, sir. We're two humble Christian men in here. That's informing the people. That's all. Please don't attack us. Do not pull out that snub nose 38 pistol and start firing shots. Hero Down Under said PS5 Pro will get 12 million, but I'm not sure to get to 20 mil. Maybe so. That's possible. $700 is a lot of money. I'm not gonna lie. It's a lot of money for the average gamer to spend. I get that. But what I'm saying is there's things in play that will possibly force people's hand to pony up that extra money. And let's face it, you can at this moment take your console to GameStop, get $300, $400 or whatever. They were giving like $400 at one time. Right? And all that's going to cost you the extra $300 to get a PS. So let's not act like it's really going to cost you $700. For the average person, if they already have a PS5 or Xbox Series X, they can get about $350 to $400 for it. But I think GTA 6 is it's that special something that can kind of force a lot of people's hands. The fact that it's not going to be on PC for 2 years. The fact that Xbox gamers they're going to want to play the game at 60 frames at high resolutions. They're going to want the special effects.
Did you see we might get Wolverine next year too?
Yeah. Well, rumor is that
would be awesome.
That's why they went ahead and moved Spider-Man 2 over to the PC, so all the attention can be focused on Wolverine and Ghost of Yotei next year. Don't forget, Death Stranding 2 is coming next year. Heath, 2025 is going to be the year of the juggernauts. I know people say, oh, this is the worst generation ever. It's starting out slow. My God, 2025 is going to be epic. Death Stranding 2, Ghost of Yotei, Wolverine. We got Grand Theft Auto 6. What else we got? What's
Plus
that?
Whatever the God of War devs have been cooking up. Because Corey Barlog's working on a brand new IP.
Yeah. Phantom Blade Zero comes out next year.
Yeah.
Right? That looked good. What other games are coming next year?
Well, we
Monster
don't know
Hunter. Monster Hunter is coming next year.
We don't know what the Days Gone guys are working on. We don't know.
Yeah, Sony band. We don't know what Bluepoint is working. We don't know what none of that stuff is. And maybe, Heath, that's why Sony didn't show their hands. They're looking at 2025 like, fuck, we can't release all of our first-party games next year. We got to save some for our second-party studios and our third-party partners. I was hoping we get Kingdom Hearts 4 next year. If I'm Square...
We got this year alone, we got 6 or 7, and they were,
absolutely.
Sony wasn't really there themselves.
Yeah. Absolutely. Avowed is coming next year. I'm gonna be Marathon this next year. I forgot about that. What else, guys? Keep it coming.
Something Horizon's coming. Something's coming from the Uncharted guys. There's all kinds.
Naughty Dogs.
You know that the bangers are coming.
Mm-hmm.
They're coming.
2025 is going to be the year that defines this generation. And it's sad to see Xbox is not going to partake. They're not going to be able to partake. All the attention, all these developers even Microsoft Studios themselves, are making games for the PS5 Pro. Indiana Jones, Diablo, Doom, The Dark Ages.
Diablo
Judas.
Already got.
Judas.
We're already getting PS5 Pro.
Fair games. Assassin's Creed Shadows. Can you imagine how the Game Awards are going to look next year?
Well, it's going to look like that this year. Think about
Well,
it. All
yeah,
the
that's
main
true,
ones
yeah.
have all been PlayStation.
Yeah. Man, that's gonna be nuts.
Did you see that Black Myth supposedly got rated for Xbox?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was in the SRB or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, it should.
So
It should have been there.
they'll
Day
probably
one,
announce
so.
it at the Game Awards. You know what I mean? The Game Awards, you figure.
Yeah. Saber Zero said
Because
Housemark could be ready to show something. That's true. How many years has it been
Yeah.
since Returnal?
yeah,
It's been a few years.
and they do really short turnaround. Like they do
Yeah.
like 3 years.
Now that's
So
one.
yeah, we might see.
That's one thing I want to see from the PlayStation 5 Pro. I want to see Returnal be pro enhanced because I want to see those resolutions go up.
Oh yeah.
I do want to see the resolutions, and that I will go back on that game and do that. That is a beautiful game. I just wish the resolution was a little bit higher. And oh yeah, Crimson Desert. My God. Guys, we're gonna spend a lot of money next year. A lot of money. Weezer57 said Black Myth disc version is coming. That's true. A lot of people were waiting for their physical guys. They want the physical disc of Black Myth will come. Yep.
I might actually double dip and get the physical for Black Myth too.
Yeah. All things PlayStation said. I need a Concord remake. Oh man. Stall his eye, brother.
Hey, all of that games as a service shit, like you have a good idea of what that's going to be. Just
Yeah.
like right now, Xbox has that Frag Punk game. Like, come on. You know,
We got my brother Porter Rock in the house. What's good, my brother Porter Rock? My brother P Rock in the house. Listen, 2025 is going to be the year that defines this generation. We're going to be 4 years in. And I think we had this argument once before. I think on 60 frames, no lag. We were talking about PS4 generation versus PS5. And I think I said last generation didn't really get kicked off until year 3 to 4. And then I think we went and said a couple of games came the first 2 years or within the third year, something like that. But the bulk of the big bangers really didn't come to year 4. And well, I think the first 3 years for PlayStation has been amazing. That's just me. But year 4 looked like it's going to be fucking bananas. P-Rock said, Xbox fanboys pre-ordering that PS5 Pro. They not holding the line. Big facts. Listen, that line has been broken, man. That line has been broken. It's over.
especially when GTA 6 launches. Like, come on, even the ones that are holding out, once that launches, that's going to change a lot of shit.
Oh shit, I didn't know that. Porter Rock said the Iron Lords podcast, all of them pre-ordered the PS5 Pro. Look, my God, look at that.
Of course they.
How can you be a pro Xbox podcast and y'all all pre-ordering the competitor's console? Y'all more excited? God, my God. So you know what that's that's very telling.
I can't wait to see when Master Chief Collection comes over. That's what I'm waiting for, because I'm gonna laugh my ass off when that happens.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I just want one of the big three to come, because I'm just saying. I just want one of them. Let's just say Forza. Let's say they announce Forza Horizon. That will just put to rest, because a lot of these guys are thinking, well, Doom doesn't really count because Doom always was on, or Indiana doesn't account because it's really Disney's product. You see what I'm saying? They always have a caveat of why it's not really technically a first party that really matters. But Halo, Gears of Forza, those are the untouchables. If any one of those games go to PlayStation, they're saying they're out. According to my brother Post Up, I'm out. But I'm like, wait, Indiana Jones is a first-party game made by a first-party studio. It's a brand new IP. And So, so that was my thought behind it. But for whatever reason, they refused to just bend both knees. Pause.
Yeah, they're waiting for Halo Gears of War at that point.
If they don't believe that the project, what was it, Latitude is real, we saw from the leaks.
Yeah, Project Latitude.
Yeah, it was good, Levon. Yeah, Project Latitude.
What's up?
Hey, P Rock.
What's up, chat?
If you want, brother, I sent you a Discord invite, brother. You can come in here and say something if you want. If not, I understand, man. Thank you for rocking out with me on this Sunday evening. Kid Huggy in the house. Pro would be the best place to play third-party Xbox game. That's true.
It seems like every game is getting like pro enhanced like every day. Like the list is just getting updated.
Yeah. Like, they're already up to was it 85 games already?
Something like
85 games.
Probably be a little bit above 100.
Yeah. Check the Discord, Puerto Rock. I sent you an invite from there. I sent you the link. Yeah, I think this PS5 Pro, listen, I ain't gonna lie. I really wish Xbox would have had a mid-gen refresh. Not that it would have mattered, but it would at least show that they were still trying. But they not even trying anymore. They're literally like, nah, that's it. We done.
Yeah, but why would they? Especially with the sales, you know what I mean? When they see the quarterly sales, you know what I mean? Come on.
I think no. I think from a morale purpose, think about it. If you're an Xbox only gamer and you're seeing people unbox their PS5 Pros, you're gonna see the Nintendo Switch dudes all excited, unboxing the goddamn Switch 2 with the new Mario Kart or the new Metroid or the new, it's like Christmas time. But you're the only one that's just sitting. It's like that meme when Squidworks is looking through the window and Patrick and SpongeBob is outside having fun.
Yep.
It feels like that. That's crazy.
Well, they're going third party, so that's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, man. It's
sad.
Yeah, but they still, for whatever reason, they're still trying to attempt to hold the line. But I think it's even sadder that the diehards, the people who are out here spitting that Xbox is the greatest, Game Pass is the greatest, those are the first guys in line. Your Destin Ligaris, right? Those are the people that was out there day one. Got my PS5 Pro.
Kid Smooth.
Well, yeah, it just made sense for me to get one. It's like, oh man, why ain't nobody holding the line for Xbox anymore? Everybody done folded the line. What happened? Levon, what happened? Why ain't nobody holding the line?
I mean, people are waiting for 2026.
Listen, Nintendo dudes, they gonna make sure they hold the line for Nintendo, without a doubt. PlayStation Nation, we gonna hold the line no matter what. We held the line for Concord.
But Levon, do you believe that they're really gonna come out with something new in 2026?
Do I really believe it?
Yeah.
It's a possibility, but let's wait and see.
Levon.
Considering we haven't heard anything about any dev kits.
Levon, we had the specs for PS5 Pro like 2 years ago, bro. We had the specs for Switch 2 years ago.
More than 2 years ago.
Yeah. Don't tell me Xbox got this super secret console waiting to launch next year and we ain't heard shit. Like, this year is over. This year is basically 2025, right? So that means in less than a year, in a year's time, they're gonna, like, come on. Because of the ABK court leaks, Phil Spencer email leaks, we saw they had to be at 50 million console subscribers by next year. Then they got to be at 100 million by 2030. That ain't happening. We all know that ain't happening. They're not even going to have an opportunity to get to 2030. They're going to close this shit up probably into next year. early 26, I think that's when they really gonna cut their losses, because the fan base will be small enough for them to just be like, hey, listen, your consoles will still work going in the future. You'll be able to play all of our games.
I think it'll still get updates and stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. The console is still it'll still work. It's not going anywhere. But they didn't guarantee that if you bought a Series X that
Oh look, Porter Rock's here. What's up? What's up?
Okay, my brother. P Rock.
What up?
What's good, my brother? Happy Sunday.
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hey, I do want to say one thing, man. As much as it pains me to give him credit, but salute to the Yankees.
Oh, no doubt, man. Hey,
You know?
hey, I told you. I gotta thank you, man, because you made it happen. Houston,
I did.
From Cleveland.
I did.
Cleveland's home field advantage.
I did.
So credit to the Astros.
Yeah, it couldn't happen without us.
I think you guys felt bad cheating us out, so you made this up for us.
Well,
like a makeup.
Well, you know, we had to do something so y'all can stop saying we was cheating every goddamn year. You know what I'm saying? We had to give you something. So this was a parting gift. This was the nod and the wink. We gave y'all the nod and the wink.
People are saying like Porter Rock is sounding low.
Okay.
That's what people are saying right now, yeah.
Okay, let me see if some kind of way I can raise this volume up. Say some, Porter Rock.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Oh.
Your only friend is YouTube streets.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you good. Yeah, you good.
People in the chat saying they can't hear him still. Like people are saying it's still.
They said he's low.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna raise the overall volume of Discord up. Okay. There we go. All right. You good?
Test.
Yeah, you good, Porter Rock. I raised the volume of it up. Yeah, but the Yankees go to the World Series. So
let me make sure my settings are, because you know this dog shit.
Hey, you on PC too? Hey, listen, that's the number one. That's the number one reason is PC sucks ass.
You're on your PC or phone?
Yeah, I'm on a laptop.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'm
just double checking.
Your mic is probably set to the built-in laptop mic.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. No, I'm double checking to make sure it's going through voice meter.
Oh, okay.
Because sometimes, it for whatever reason, it moves away from voice meter and goes to like default, and all this weird shit happens. All right, so far everything looks like it's voice meter.
Yeah.
And Discord is voice meter, so we should be good now.
I hear you loud and clear. You good? Yeah.
People saying it's better. People are saying it's better.
There we go. We good.
All right, cool.
Yeah. People
All
are
right,
saying.
we're good now.
So Porter Rock, I like what you posted in the chat, brother. I figured that was gonna be the case, but why do you think a lot of these pro Xbox guys and PC guys are not holding the line? Why do you think they folding under pressure in buying the PS5 Pro? Remember, it was too expensive. Why didn't they buy that $700 PC they was trying to get everybody else?
You know, you got those who bought the Xbox Series S and play on PC, but it doesn't come with a disk drive. Like, bro, you don't got a disk drive in your house. You bought an Xbox Series S and a PC. You ain't using disk drive either. But here's the truth, though. Here's the truth. All cap, everybody's got to find a way to make some change, right? On the internet, get that engagement. You know, get them likes, get them retweets.
Get the views. Get the views.
Get
man.
the views. Yeah. But when you turn off the laptop and when you walk away from the phone, and now you're in your gaming room, whether it's the living room or your bedroom or the man cave, you're gonna want that Pro. Especially if you're primarily a console gamer. This is clearly the best console for the type of experience that you want, right?
Yep.
This is the fact that Microsoft just let Sony have this segment of the market, right?
Yep.
Everybody's saying it's P-Rock and Arkham. Am I sounding bad or some shit?
Nah, it just sound like you're talking away from the mic.
He said, "Oh shit." Anyway, let me see. Let me raise my thing a little.
We got my brother Thrash in the house. What's good, Thrash?
All right.
Hey, Thrash, I'm gonna send you an invite too, just in case. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
In Discord, I sent you an invite via Discord.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
So with that, right? Right? So with the people who are console gamers, right? Because you got some of these guys, they're on PC, they're Xbox refugees.
Mm-hmm.
They went to PC only because it was really that bad on the console, right? And there's only so much you can take. But they're on PC and they're not really enjoying it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because console gamers still want that console experience. You don't want to tinker. You don't want to adjust settings. You don't want to download a patch here. You don't want to download a patch for your power supply. Download an update for your graphics card. Download an update for your, you don't want to do none of that shit, right?
Yeah.
You want the simplicity, right? And then all of a sudden, Sony comes out with the Pro, right? And even Xbox guys thought that Microsoft was going to come out with their own refresh, right? But they didn't. So now you have a clear-cut, like no question, not even debatable, the most powerful console in the world, right?
Yeah.
And it's gonna run the games as absolute best, right?
Yep.
It's even gonna run it better than some PCs out there. Them dudes that be on Twitter and saying, "Oh, PC has the best versions of games." Sure, but is your PC running the best version?
Exactly.
You know, the dudes with the 3050s and the 2050s and 2060s. Them dudes, not them dudes. Now the dudes that invest in PC, yeah, they got it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
But the ones that are they're salty too, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this Pro is remarkable because it's actually doing something that we all can clearly see will push gaming forward, right?
Yep.
This is the one thing I don't really understand. Like the Xbox guys, I understand they're salty, right? Because they really want Microsoft to have that mid-gen refresh, right? They want Microsoft to care about the console stuff like that, right?
Yep.
And the fact that Microsoft didn't release a mid-gen refresh, says a lot, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That tells you their intentions.
Yeah, that already tells you they're not really concerned about it, right? Okay. So now with PlayStation 5 Pro, right? It's more than just a hardware upgrade, right? More memory bandwidth, considerably more, right? Because it went from 448 gigabytes to 576 gigabytes. So that's a huge jump right there, okay, on of its own. But the fact that they're, introducing new technology, what I'm saying? Whatchamacallit? With this PSSR, the pistol, right? I don't think PlayStation gamers, even the ones not getting the Pro, and I get it. These are the groups I don't understand. I don't understand why PlayStation gamers are even pissed off. In my opinion, them guys are getting suckered. Like if you're a PlayStation gamer and you falling in line with these grifters from Xbox and PC, you getting suckered, right? Yep. I know right now they're hyping you up like, yeah, that's right, stick it to Sony. Don't be a cuck. And you guys are like, yeah, I'm not a cuck. No, you're getting suckered. All right, I'm gonna tell you why. Even if you think it's too expensive, or even it's like it's out of your reach, right? You're fine with the PS5. Even if you feel there's really no reason. The truth is, if you're not gonna get a mid-gen refresh, right? And you say, no, I'm just gonna stick with the PS6, that PS6 is gonna be better because of the Pro.
Exactly. It's pushing it. It's pushing it. Yeah, it's pushing it.
Yeah. What do you think is gonna be in the PS6?
Yep, it's going to be Pisser 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. Yeah,
exactly. So even if you make fun of Pro gamers, thanks for beta testing. Cool.
Yeah.
The beta testing technology that's going to make your PlayStation 6 experience much better when you do decide to get it.
Long-term benefits, basically. Long-term benefits.
So these PlayStation dudes, I don't understand why they're against the Pro. Bro, that's going to make your PlayStation 6 better because the technology is being tested now.
Yep.
The developers are getting access to this technology now, and Sony over time is going to improve it. By the time the 6 comes out, maybe 3 to 4 years, you could be on Pisser 3.0.
Yep. With frame generation and all that shit.
And it's all because of the ray tracing, because the devs want the ray tracing, because it's easier to make games that way. That's what.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So I don't understand these PlayStation guys. If you don't want to get the Pro and you're like, I'll wait for the 6, you're going to get a better experience with the 6 because of the Pro, because all the developers are working on the technology now. They're not waiting 4 years. You understand what I'm saying? So Sony's introducing new technology still within the PS5 gen. So all these developers are getting the reps in. They're getting the understanding. They're doing great things. Boy, when the PlayStation 6 comes out, day one out the gate, you're getting like Pisser 3.0, 3.5, 3.2, whatever.
Yep.
You're not getting Pisser 1.0, like new technology they're still trying to figure out. Hell no, they'll have that shit locked down, ready to go, which will make your PlayStation 6 experience day one amazing.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So even if you're not getting the Pro, understand, PlayStation Sony is pushing technology forward with their console.
Yeah.
That's why the crazy part, and yo, it's true what you say, fucking J-Dub. Fucking PlayStation fans are the biggest sore winners I've ever seen in my fucking life.
I tried to tell
these
you.
motherfuckers,
Yep.
yo, they're fucking sore winners, bro.
Yep.
Useless.
I told you. I told you.
I guarantee these Xbox dudes will sell their left nut
To be in that position.
PlayStation
Absolutely.
is, right?
Absolutely.
To have exclusives, even if it's 2 years,
Yep.
you're exclusive. They would rather have that than the day and date shit
Exactly.
that's coming out on PC.
Exactly.
Right? They would love, even if it's $800, they would love Microsoft to come out with a mid-jump refresh because just the fact that Microsoft even bothered shows them that they still care about the console.
Exactly.
Even if it's 800, even if it's a ridiculous price point, show that you give a fuck. Show that you're trying to introduce new technology into the next generation, stuff like that, right?
Yep.
Like right now, these Xboxes don't even know what the fuck is going on.
Nope.
They don't know if it's a handheld, is it a tablet,
Yep.
is it an actual console, or is it some type of cloud box? They don't know. But the fact that Sarah Bond said the most technically advanced, that's an
That could be
ambiguous term.
anything.
A lot of guys are like, yeah, a lot of guys could be like, that shit could be a cloud box.
Yep.
Or it could be a tablet
Yep.
that you could connect and stream to your TV. It
Exactly.
could be a handheld,
Yep.
like the Switch. They don't know.
Yep.
They don't know what's really going to happen in 2026. They're confused.
Yeah.
They don't know what Microsoft's about to do in 2026.
Yeah.
They would love to be in our position. Hell, if Xbox created a $900 goddamn box, they would take that because at least it's better than nothing.
Did nothing at all.
Least even,
Absolutely.
yeah, even if you make fun of Xbox, saying, "Hey, why would you buy a $900 Xbox with no games, blah blah PC?" At the very least, they made a console.
Yep.
At the very least, they stuck with it and did something. They don't even get that. They
Yep.
are left in the dark with nothing. They don't know what's gonna happen. A lot of these Xbox Series X dudes right now, they're literally teetering, wondering should they just jump now or hold the line for another 2 years.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do.
Yeah.
They don't know what to do. And when Microsoft saying stupid shit like juicy 30 FPS, that shit don't help. They're not
Exactly.
trying to hear that.
Yeah.
No one's trying to hear juicy 30 FPS.
And when-
that shouldn't even be in
And when they're developer, their own developers, the developers of Valve go out and say that 60 frames isn't everything, and we doing 30 frames for cinematic purposes. That shit doesn't look good at all.
Yeah.
Like, what are we
on
doing
top
here?
of that,
Yeah.
some of these Xbox dudes, they don't want, and I get some DMs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, you'd be surprised how many DMs I get, and they want to talk in confidence, right? They want to talk one-on-one.
Yeah.
Whatever. I think they're kind of venting, but they don't want to vent on Twitter.
Yeah, they
Because
don't want the
how
backlash. They don't want the backlash.
You'll get the backlash, or you're a pony bot. They don't want that.
Yeah.
But you'd be surprised how many are like, yo, they're fucking tired of hearing, oh, Final Fantasy's coming. Oh, this is coming.
Yeah.
They're like so sick of hearing that because it's like it shouldn't be that way. It should already be there day one. So the fact that at best you're hoping of a rumor to come true of a game that should be on the platform anyway, they're like, that's fucked up. They're tired of waiting. They're tired of hearing. Like, yo, for them, a lot of those dudes are on the edge. They're like, yo, I'm sick or tired of seeing these Twitter accounts saying, rumor has it Final Fantasy's, remake, the shit that came out in 2020 is coming to Xbox. They'd be like, yo, that shit came out 4 years ago.
Exactly.
They're telling me we still waiting? They're like, they said they could have beaten that game. Like, yo, some of them are like, yo, this is stupid. They're waiting for they're waiting for 4-year-old ports from the PS4 while these dudes are still making fun of PlayStation with the remasters. Some of them are like, this shit don't make sense. Some of them are like, yo, I don't understand how these Xbox accounts are making fun of PlayStation remasters, yet at the same time, the next tweet, oh, rumor has it Final Fantasy Remake is coming to Xbox. But like, yo, that game is 4 years old.
Yep.
They're like 4 fucking years old. That shit was on the PS4. Like, what are we talking about here? And we're still hyping this shit? Like, yo, some of them are pissed, bro. Some of them are really pissed, bro. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What's holding them? And then they were honest. They said that it's that they like some of them at a minimum was with Xbox day one on the 360. So they have this huge library. They spent years. Some of them still have like 2-3 years on the Game Pass.
Yeah, they do.
So they were honest. Some of them are like, to jump to PlayStation, they're going to lose a lot of money. They're going to lose their library. But man, they say every day is like, fuck it. I don't care about the $1,000. I'm just done with Xbox. Some of them are at that point, bro, that regardless of how much money they spent already, it's just too much.
Well, and you got to think about it this way, Porter Rock. I get you have your whole history and library that's accessible to you. But honestly, how many of those old 360 games and Xbox One games do you actually play on a day-to-day? Most don't.
That's a good point, right? Because I have a lot of games. Look how many games I have for the PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
I don't play any of it.
No.
I can't even play any of it.
Yeah.
But even if I did, I'm not booting it up.
Yeah.
I'm just not, right?
Yeah.
I get it. When the games were good, you got a library. Some people like to go back once in a while. But I'm going to be honest, right? Hell, there's games, on the PS5 that I probably won't go back to, whatever. It is what it is. There's only so much you can play, right?
Yeah.
And there's always something new and better and stuff like that, right? So I kind of get what they're saying, but I'm not going to let an old library hold me back. Like, let's say, God forbid, if PlayStation 6, Sony has some stupid-ass idea, and the PlayStation 6 is like the Switch. They completely, this is just made-up shit. But let's say Sony completely does a completely different shit, and they create their own version of the PlayStation Switch, and it's a handheld that you can play on a TV.
Yeah.
And that's their console. I'm not playing that, J-Dub. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that Switch shit. I'm not doing it. I'm out. I'd be like, fuck it. What's the next best thing?
Yep.
If PC is the next best thing, I guess, fuck it.
Yeah.
That's the next best thing.
You want the high-end shit that's going to push gaming forward, not backwards.
Yeah, so you see what I'm saying? I'm not going to let PSN subscription in the library force me to play on a fucking, PlayStation's version of the Switch. I'm not doing that. I'm not playing on the handheld. I'm not doing that. So then PC, I'll start all over. It's fine. I did the same thing with Sega. When Sega canceled their shit out, I moved on.
Yeah.
It's just how it is. I'm more worried about the present and the future.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about the past because I already played the game. I enjoyed it. They were great. But that's it. I'm going to move on. I'm not going to stay anchored to old shit.
Yeah.
They were great for the time. I enjoyed it. Thank you very much. But if your future plans or present plans is totally screwed up and it's not what I want, I'm going to go somewhere else.
Well, there's another thing, too. You got to think about Puerto Rock is a lot of these guys have Game Pass. And so they consider Game Pass as part of their library. So if that's the case, guys, you can just go ahead and switch to PlayStation and sign up for Game Pass on PC, or keep your Xbox as well and sign up for that and have the best of both worlds. But for you sitting on the sideline watching everybody play all of these great, amazing games, as a matter of fact, watching them play your games better, looking better, higher frames, advanced ray tracing and all this stuff, that has to kill your soul. I know it would mine. I'd be like, fuck it. I don't, I'm out.
I would say this. Yeah, I would say this. Xbox, at a minimum, put themselves in a position, or they put their console in a position where you can't really consider it a primary platform anymore.
Yeah.
Like, that's a secondary console, right? For Game Pass. Really,
Ivana Marius, thanks for subscribing. Appreciate it. Go ahead, put it out.
Yeah, shout out. But, you get your Xbox console, you play your Game Pass, and you enjoy the Game Pass, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for them bangers, for them goldies, or for them games you really care about, not the games that you'd be like, all right, let me try this out on Game Pass.
Yeah, not the trial, stuff you try.
Like for example, if you want Indiana Jones at his best, or if you want Halo at his best, you're gonna get the Pro.
Yep.
And you're gonna get the version that you really want, unless you have a PC already, right? But let's say if you're a console game and you're not interested in PC, right? The multi-plats that aren't on Game Pass, Grand Theft Auto 6. You're not gonna play Grand Theft Auto 6 on your Xbox. Play that shit on the Pro. Play that shit at its best. Because that's what you really want, right?
Yep.
So Xbox is your side console now for Game Pass and games that you normally wouldn't buy, right? And your PlayStation 5 Pro is your multi-plat, the exclusives, right?
Mm-hmm.
All that shit. You'll be happy. I think you'll be a happier gamer, in that and under those conditions, right?
Yeah.
You'll get, the bangers that you want, right? The multi-plats, they'll run it the way you want. There won't be no juicy 30 FPS. And even if it's like an Xbox game, right? Let's say like Avowed, right? May not come out to PlayStation for like a year. But if you really don't want to play that game, and if you're a console-only gamer, and you're like, I really don't want to play Avowed at 30 FPS, like it's really, like you just don't want to experience the game that way, then you play it on the Pro.
Yeah.
Better visuals, better image quality, 60 FPS, all that shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you have options. You do the way you want, right? But Xbox on its own console?
Yeah.
Oh shit, you're gonna have to put up with a lot of shit, bro.
Well,
I mean, they still don't got Black Myth Wukong.
Yeah, that's sad.
It just got rated actually.
No, but you saw the announcement. The announcement is like something with the physical version.
No, yeah, PlayStation gets the physical. Yeah, that's what that. Yeah, so we still don't.
That's why it got rated.
Yeah, we still don't know. Oh man, we got my brother Thrash in the house.
You see what I'm saying? But tell me that's not stressful. Like, think about it. An account tells you, oh, Black Myth Wukong got rated. It's coming to Xbox. And you're like, cool. And then a few days later, oh no, that's the physical version for the PlayStation.
Yeah.
And you're like, fuck off.
This is the second.
How much longer you gotta wait then? Like, how much more?
This is the second year in a row that the Game of the Year contender, the biggest game of the year, one of the biggest games of the year, is not on the Xbox platform. Not because Sony money had it. But because of the goddamn Series S and the shit, like we need to stop the bullshit. It's because of the Series S. It's not because of anything else.
Oh, Series S really fucked them up.
Yeah,
Series S. Well, a couple of things. Series S fucked them up. Multiple things. It's like, it was a perfect storm.
But did it?
That fucked this whole up.
But did it, Porter Rock? Because 90% of the base owns the Series S, not the X.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, you can take that data and say, if we didn't have a Series S, even less amount of people would own an Xbox. That may be the case.
That's why I said that's why I said it's a couple of things, right? Yeah. It's a perfect storm, right? The Series S is one of them, right? Mm-hmm. Number two, Microsoft focusing on everything but the games last year. Their priority was to advertise and push Game Pass, start talking about the cloud, and start talking about no console required, which is the complete opposite of prioritizing your console with games. Like, complete opposite. Like, they sent the wrong message right from the get-go. Microsoft went all in. Right? Remember, Game Pass came out in 2017.
Yep.
And that's what they were pushing. Oh, with Game Pass, this is going to change the industry. And all it was a bunch of old games. Like, this is just a collection of old shit that we already played. Like, what are we talking about? Yep. And then, now we're going to have xCloud and Azure servers. Like, what the fuck is you talking about? What about the console? What about the exclusives? Right? And then the only thing they did was in 2019, we bought studios. But no games getting released anytime soon. Not even at the launch of the Series X and S. Mm-hmm. Like, they focused on the wrong shit, and they completely went sideways, and now they're at where they're at, bro. Yeah,
listen, I totally agree with you. I'm there. I just don't understand. What were their true intentions? Did they really think that they were going to get 100 million Game Pass subscribers with a bunch of old games?
I'm gonna be honest. I think there's no cap. I know Phil gets a huge blame, but I think the number one person who's shifting all this is Satya, because if you look at how he handles Microsoft overall, he's not into that hardware bullshit. And that's just not a thing for him. He's a as a service type guy, meaning how can I provide a service for a monthly subscription where you guys keep coming back? That's why Windows is no longer a la carte, right? Yeah. No, not Windows on Office. Office is not a la carte. Whatchamacallit.
Yeah, it's a subscription.
Product. Yeah. Like, you can't buy Office no more. Like, you used to buy Office one time and you kept it for years. Now it's it's Office 360. You subscribe to it, and they just keep pushing updates, and you just get. That's the shit he likes. He likes shit like that. Yeah. Like, subscribe, and they would just keep automatically pushing software to whatever device you have it on. That's his thing, right? That's his vision, and so he just likes the idea. And remember, Satya's not a gamer, so he doesn't understand like that software push doesn't necessarily translate well for gamers, right? It just really doesn't. It's not the same. I know people try to compare with Netflix and music, but remember, gaming is an act of entertainment, and you like what you like, right? Gaming ain't really meant to dibble dabble and nibble. Oh, I'll just try something. That's not how it is. Gaming works, right? In fact, if anything, that makes gaming look bad. And I know, Thrash, he could talk about it, right? How many times Thrash, how many times you ask gamers who hype Game Pass, and you ask them a simple question: how many games you beat on Game Pass? And most of them disappear. They don't even answer the question.
Yeah.
No. They don't want to answer it, bro.
Yeah. So, like, you have Game Pass, but you're not beating the games in Game Pass. So then what's it for? Like, what are you doing? Right? Show us the games you're playing. Oh, Game Pass is great. Cool. Show us a game in Game Pass and show us your gamer tag and show us that you played and beat it. Most of these dudes, what they do is they download a game, play it for an hour, and then they move away from it. That can't be healthy for any game.
Nah,
Like,
you
just-
want to
if you dibble dabble in the game, and that's all you do, then you really don't care about Game Pass.
Yeah.
You don't.
Well, I can tell you this: when Microsoft announced that they were getting rid of the ambassador programs, all of those ambassador dudes said, "Well, I'm canceling my subscription." It's because they was getting free shit. They were getting free shit. They were just scamming the system. They don't give a fuck about Game Pass or Xbox.
Yo, chat, bro. I seen that thread.
You seen that?
Of all the ambassadors, bro. They were getting free access to Game Pass, and that was part of them being ambassadors.
Yep.
And now that the program is over, they are pissed that they no longer will get free Game Pass, and many of them said, "Yeah, they're not gonna pay for that shit."
Yeah.
Ambassadors. These are the ambassadors.
And these are supposed to be.
These are literally people.
They represent.
These are the people that's supposed to bring you to Xbox, and they themselves don't even want it.
Exactly.
That shit is crazy, bro.
Yep.
It is. It's been too much of a false dream they've been living for too long. Like that's why I kept asking them, like, hey, what you playing? Well, how many games you beat this year on this shit? You know what I'm saying? Now, is it really worth it? And it's like, it's never a good answer, but it's always because that's not how gamers want. Like, you're going to buy the games that you want. And if it comes on Game Pass, it's fine. But you don't like every game that's coming to Game Pass. You don't like every game that's on Game Pass. And even, like, when I had PS Plus Extra, I swear to God, bro, like, I was just turned off by every game in that motherfucker. I don't know what it is. I just felt like I didn't want to play them. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather buy and own my shit rather than play somebody else's shit. Because that's just how I see it.
I'm with you. Because the way I see it is, it's kind of like, because I see it with Netflix and all that shit, right? The only reason why I have these Netflix and stuff is really for my wife and my daughter. They watch it more than me, right? But those services, right? Because you're paying it, it makes it feel like you have to see something.
Yes.
Like if I was myself, I would have no subscription services. The only time I would subscribe to something is like, let's say Disney release all episodes, I would subscribe for 1 month, watch every episode, and unsubscribe. I would not continually pay for no reason because I'm paying for something, so it feels like you have to like watch something. Like you kind of like, let me look for something because I gotta see something, right? I'm paying for it. That's not me with gaming. You're not gonna force me to play something. I know what I like. I see it, I'm gonna buy it. And let's say if it's too expensive or maybe it's not for whatever, I got plenty of other games. I could buy it used. I could get a $30 price drop. There's always multiple ways. But ultimately, I am going to pick my game. You're not going to come and tell me, hey, Porterac, you're paying $20 a month. This month, you got fucking Gran Turismo DLC. I'm like, I didn't even pay Gran Turismo. So what the fuck that does for me? That doesn't do shit for me.
Exactly.
Like, we also got fucking F1 racer. You pay $20 a month and you give me 2 racers? Fuck you! I'm not playing this shit. You're not gonna force me in things I'm not gonna play. And that's why I don't have extra or plus.
That's their sell point too.
So I already bought.
Yeah, that's their sell point. They sell point. That's one of the sell points when they sell Game Pass to the developers. They say, you know, gamers who play on Game Pass, they try new games. You know, and I've heard them say that so many times. Like, oh, what's so great about Game Pass? Like Sarah Bond would say, oh, what's so great about Game Pass is, you know, gamers will come and they'll try new things, and next thing you know, they're buying that type of game from now on. Like they have failed the service, bro. They have failed.
Yeah. If you notice, they don't tell what games, right? Because the reality is they use the data of these little niche indie games, right? That only sell 10 copies, and then because of Game Pass, it sold 50 copies, and they're like, this thing sold 100% increase. Like, bro, it went from 10 to 50.
Shit, that's a 400% increase right there. You know what I'm saying? And now you go.
You know, they don't say, hey, because of this big AAA game got more sales. They don't do that because it's not true. It's not true. You know what I'm saying? Even Rockstar, listen. If there's anybody to listen to, just listen to fucking Rockstar. They tell you, we ain't no fucking way we're gonna put Grand Theft Auto Day 1 on Game Pass. That shit's not happening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck, Activision wasn't gonna do it. You know, they said they're about to get bought. Like it's cannibalizes our game. We're gonna put it on there.
Yeah.
You
know,
and then Microsoft coming and cannibalizing the game now. Just
and look what Microsoft they had to do to put Call of Duty. They completely reconfigured.
Yep.
Game Pass. Now you have to have the highest tier.
Yep.
To play Call of Duty.
Yep.
If you got the middle tier, you ain't seeing that game for like a year or two.
Yep.
If you got the standard.
And they got rid of.
And they're gonna make sure you are paying $20-something to play Call of Duty.
And they got rid of all the $1 deals, the 14-day trials. They got rid of all that shit.
Yeah. Game Pass used to come inside of a controller box, bro. Like you could buy a controller and you have Game Pass like 15 days. They been stopped doing that. Like it's never made me money.
I try to play his with Game Pass. Game Pass codes. I'm like, what? 15 days.
What tripped me out about Xbox fans and Game Pass is that you can go to a lot of their channels, say Destin's, for example, and they'll have a video on how to cheat Game Pass. And I'm like, are y'all really like y'all don't get it? Like, why do you need to cheat something that's supposed to be a great deal already? You know, and then on top of that, like, do you think it's gonna survive if you do this? Motherfucker shit got like 100,000 motherfucking views on it. Yep. You know what I mean? Like, that's how interested they are in cheating Xbox.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You know, what people don't understand also is Microsoft's gonna keep raising the price. I mean, look at Disney Plus. That shit's now at $160 a year. 3 years ago, that shit was $70 a year.
P-Rock, I'm actually waiting for the ad-supported Game Pass tier.
Yep, it's coming. It's coming.
It's gonna come when they launch it in Africa and shit like that. That's what they waiting on. That's the reason why it's gonna exist. It's for those who can afford shit.
You saw what Netflix is doing, right? Now a standard tier, you don't have access to the entire movie library. Some people are not going on Netflix and says not available with this plan, and people are like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
so
bro.
Netflix is starting that bullshit. Where now you don't get access to the whole library, you get access to certain movies. Best believe Microsoft's gonna pull that shit too. That whole 400 library, buddy, that shit's gonna get reduced. I'm telling you. Listen, just pay attention to what these streaming services are doing. Microsoft is gonna copy those same strategies, the same exact strategy, because that's just the life you gotta. That's what you gotta do in order to make this shit profitable. You know, you got to the shit that you originally offered. You gotta take it back. And if the consumer wants it back, they have to pay more. Look at Amazon Prime, right? I've been a Prime member forever. Now all my movies and shows have commercials. And Prime's like, well, if you don't want to watch commercials, pay an extra $3 a month. I'm like, bitch, I was commercial free already. What are you talking about?
Yep.
Yeah, that shit $50 too.
You took it away.
Little by little.
Like, what the fuck is this out here? You took it away. Now I gotta pay more to not see commercials when I already had that service. So you took the service, and for me to get it back, I gotta pay more to get back what I already had. I'm thinking, like, how is this even legal? Like, we're not grandfathered in? I mean, fuck.
Yeah. They need to make new laws and rules. But you heard about the new law now that they gotta have an easy cancel button now. Like, they're just now getting into these laws because these people are getting away with shit, bro.
Yeah.
No, bro, I never realized what you call.
And they have to let you know if it's on sale. They have to let you know up front what it would be like normal price.
Yo, bro, that's not a lie, bro. Like recently, I unsubscribed from Twitter Premium, whatever, right? You know, it's gonna. I mean, my account's gonna still be whatever until August, right? You know, the way Twitter is now, I'm like, nah, I can't be putting money in this dude's pocket. Like this shit's out of pocket now, right? But it's a pain in the ass to do it, bro.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it directly from the phone. I had to go on a website, right? And then I find the spot. Then I click cancel. Then it's like, are you sure? Whatever. And I'm like reading it, and I'm confused on like what button do I click? I'm like, what the fuck? And then it's asking me like a question, like, why do you want to leave? I'm like, bitch, the fuck did you expect?
Nah, fact. Game Pass was like that too. I did a whole video on Game Pass, like on how hard it was.
That's what I put because fuck you. That's why.
Yeah. Have you ever been behind in your Game Pass? Like, have you? Well, when I had Game Pass, because I don't know if y'all have it, but have you ever seen what it looks like when you're behind on a payment? You see what it have you seen what it looks like? Like what they do?
No.
Like they'll send some shit like you owe them money. Like it'll be in bread and shit, and like your bill is past due, yada yada yada. And it's like, bro, it's like, turn this shit off, bro. Like,
like it's gonna be a credit, like
Your
it's
credit,
gonna be a
yeah.
credit report.
yeah, real shit, bro. Like a
Like
straight
they
up
gonna
bill.
come repo your Xbox. Hey, speaking of that, do y'all remember when the Xbox series first started? They had the finance option where you can finance your Xbox with the
I
Game
remember
Pass.
that.
Whatever happened to that? Because I know a
remember
bunch of
that.
people got fucked up credit dealing with.
Yeah, nobody. Let me tell you something. If you have fucked up credit, the last thing on your mind is buying an Xbox. That's the last thing on my mind. Ain't nobody. That's the last thing. I mean, there's no games, but they ain't doing it for no console. They don't give a fuck about it. Nobody gives a fuck about that. Like, you end up paying $500 for Xbox Series S.
All I know is my brother Poster.
Like, ain't nobody worried about that.
He. All I know is my brother Poster was advocating that shit, talking about in these bad economic times, this is a great value. You can just finance your Xbox and Game. And we kept telling him, bro, that ain't how that work, bro.
I was telling dudes, right? Because everybody's worried about little Timmy. And I'm like, I promise you, if little Timmy is in that dire strait, the parents don't give a fuck about buying a brand new console.
Yeah.
If they're hurting that money, they don't care. Little Timmy's gonna stay stuck on that Wii. That's why he's playing. He's playing the PS2. And you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yep.
You know you have friends and shit like that. They still have the PS2 thinking it's the new shit.
Yep.
Like, the times is hard.
Yep.
They're not playing on the
They
new
got Game
shit.
Cast.
Yeah, they got Game Cast. You know what I'm saying? They're playing on the Sega Dreamcast still.
Shout out to
They're still
Wheezy
playing-
Mo.
they're still- You know what I'm saying? They're still playing the Genesis. Like,
Yeah.
and I'm not making fun of them, but some of these people, like some of the people that were bringing that shit up, I'm like, man, you were never really poor.
Yeah.
You have no idea what poor people think, because I was there. And the last thing we thinking in my house when we hit hard times, growing up, was going to my dad and asking for a new game console. Boy, he will punch me in the face.
That goddamn console. You keep talking, that console gonna be in the fucking pawn shop. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here.
And I'm here trying to fucking spend more light. He's like, out your mind. And in fact, shit, I'm gonna take away your TV because we can't afford it.
Yep.
Like, oh,
running the light bill up even more.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys don't know power.
Y'all remember when your parents used to blame your Nintendo because the electric bill high? You in there running that game all night.
never mind. They're blasting their music every single day for like 8 hours. And
Exactly.
Shit. Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, you bugging. I remember they used to blame that on my Genesis. I'm like, this shit's not pulling down with power.
It's that goddamn console in there.
Yeah, but
playing the games all day, running my electric bill up.
Yep. Hey, but I do want to talk about this, guys. We got 2 weeks before this PS5 Pro come out. Right? The console right now is number one on every single website, on Amazon, Best Buy, whatever. It's number one. Do you guys think the longevity of the PS5 Pro will be more successful than the PS4 Pro? Or do you think they'll do the same? Now, mind you, this console is $700. The PS4 Pro was $399. So, do you think it's a possibility this PS5 Pro will be way more successful than the PS4 ever was, or do you think it'll be the same?
In what way?
In sales,
in
reception, in success, and everything.
I think both.
Yeah, I think in profit. Yeah, my bad. I think in profit it's already more successful since they had PlayStation Direct. There ain't no middleman with PlayStation Direct. We buying straight from them, so they selling us full price these consoles. Whereas if they were like say GameStop, it would be cheaper because GameStop got to make their profit. You know what I'm saying? So whatever extra money they're making, they're automatically making on direct. So I think profit-wise, that they're already going to be making more money. But as far as how it goes on the rest of the world, $700, I don't like looking at how it is and how it's number one everywhere else. I agree with Porter Rock, bro. I think it's going to be more successful in that too, just because it's more popular. And I think it's a bigger leap than PS4 Pro was.
Yeah,
I think so. To tackle on what Thrash says, number one, I think it's going to be more reception-wise. I mean, obviously you got the grifters, right? Fuck them. right?
Mm-hmm.
But the people who actually own the Pro, they're gonna be more pleased with this than the PS4 Pro, right? Because you got better technology, right? Also, let's factor in another thing. The PS4 Pro had a competitor, and the Xbox One X, from a technological standpoint, was better. Not from a game standpoint or anything like that, but it was better. They have 4K texture.
Performance.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So from a technical aspect, it was the better device. And oddly enough, it was more expensive. Gee, who would have figured? You know, you want something better, you got to pay more for it. Gee, right? What a concept, right?
Yeah.
PS5 Pro has no competitor, and it is a huge leap and is introducing next generation technology this gen.
Yes.
You're not waiting until the PS6 to get PSSR. You're getting that shit now, right? So that's the first thing. It's going to be more impressive from a technological standpoint. It's already whooping FSR 3.1.
Mm-hmm.
So it's already smoked it, right? So that's number one. Okay. Number two, I do think it's gonna sell better than the PS4 Pro because, and I get it, there's a $700 and a $400, but the thing is, you're gonna pay what something is worth, right? Just because it's cheaper doesn't mean it's worth it. Case in example, GameCube. GameCube launched at $199. And it sold a fraction of the PlayStation 2.
Yep.
Why? Because people didn't see the value in GameCube even at $199. So price is not the end all be all. The product has to have worth it. If price was the end all be all, iPhones wouldn't be top sellers.
That's true.
Because them shits is like $1,500.
Yeah.
People are willing to pay it because they see it's worth it. And you don't have
And the software.
You got plenty of the smartphones that are like $700, $600, and you can Twitter, you can take pictures, you can take all this shit. Google Pixel has a beautiful camera and all that shit, and has a rational price. But you gotta find value. You gotta say, you know what? This is worth the money. And I say people with the PS5 Pro will see more worth at $700 as compared to the Pro at $400.
I agree. Fully agree. I mean, gamers are easy but fickle, man. Like people was talking big shit about this motherfucker before it came out. They started seeing results, they shut the fuck up. In fact, people was talking big shit about the PS5 Pro, and it was so hilarious to watch it because as soon as they showed the classic version, the 30th anniversary version, all of a sudden I need to have that today. Just a mere color change, same price.
A great paint.
Yeah.
And the best thing was it's not even PlayStation touting it. It's the devs saying, "Hey, we're gonna have a pro version because we want better performance or whatever." Even Diablo and shit.
It's making their lives easier, bro. Like the devs
are excited about this, bro. Devs are excited about this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It makes their life better. You know what I'm saying? Technology going forward makes things better for them.
PlayStation.
Sony finds ways easier to be like, you know what, we're gonna find ways easier where you can, you could make your games render at 1080p and it still look 4K. That way you have more, you have more room to improve in other areas. So you can improve your frame rate stabilities. That developers like that shit.
Yeah.
They love that shit.
There's gonna be more games coming to PlayStation first than on PC. It's already enough already doing it, but right now they're seeing this technology. But the one thing that PC doesn't have that PlayStation does is security. The way that even Xbox has higher security than PC does, to where they don't got to alter their games for security and worry about too much piracy like that.
Yeah.
So
they don't have to worry about the or all this other shit that they got to do.
Yeah. Like they literally save money and have more options to make money because they know that their customers are there to buy. And they don't have to worry about a segment of people stealing shit, and they don't got to put extra effort in to make sure they try to block these thieves on like they do on PC. Then on top of that, they don't have to worry about making their games at a higher resolution when there's a technology there that'll make it just as clear as a higher resolution, and you can just have the frame rate do that, and everybody's satisfied. You know what I'm saying? It's just I think the game is going to be changed, bro. After this, like the PC, I think PC is going to be not in trouble. I'm not saying nothing like that. I'm saying more like not even competing. It's just that Sony has made it. Sony is fucking genius with this because they made it to where it's a win-win for them. Like if you got PSSR going and like y'all said, there's going to be multiple versions and it's going to get better and better and better.
Yeah.
You got PSSR going, you're gonna have developers looking at it. Then you'll have PC gamers looking at it like, damn, they're running at fucking 60 frames per second on the game. I need to fucking pay thousands to have 60 frames per second for, but they're playing it at what looks better on their fucking shit. I don't even know what resolution it is. Resolution ain't even gonna count no more.
Yeah.
What's gonna be the point of counting resolution if AI is making it look sharper than fucking resolutions can?
Well,
you know,
I'm glad you said that, because when DLSS first came out, I remember Digital Foundry saying that it made a lot of games look better than native. So that should have been the end of the discussion about native resolution. But all of a sudden now, PlayStation's come out with this pixel technology. Now those same guys want to revert to, oh, but it's not native. And it's like, wait. You've enjoyed many years of this DLSS technology, this upscaling. That's not native. But now when consoles get it, you want to go back to the native talk conversation. Like, why is that even a thing? I thought we've gotten rid of the whole native resolution discussion when FSR technology and DLSS came out and was successful. I thought we got rid of that. It's like, that's okay for the PC side, but it's not okay for the console side all of a sudden. I find that discussion very, very interesting.
They want to keep their jobs, bro. Like, that's what I mean. Think about their channel. Their channel is based on frame rates and resolutions, and they get the most of their fucking views on fucking attention from comparing consoles to PC or consoles to consoles.
Yeah.
So if we get to the point to where their pixel counting and the pixel counting machines that they need don't matter because all they're gonna count is 800p or something, but it looked 4K, it makes that part of their shit redundant. The only thing you're gonna have left to talk about is frame rate. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then if Xbox is gone, what you really gonna talk about?
Yeah.
You know, like
to be fair though, right? This is why I said earlier, there's a point with console gamers and gamers in general where there is a good enough. Like they're like, even in PC gaming, the majority of the cards sold are not the 4090 or even the 4080. It's generally the 4060 and the 4070, and even cards below them are the most sold cards. Why? Because that's good enough for the average PC gamer. In the console space, there's a such thing as good enough. People will buy a console. Why? Because it does things good enough for them. So now we're at this point with this upscaling technology and stuff like that where, yeah, you can buy a 5090 or 5080 or 4090 or 4080. But most gamers, they're okay because their PCs run good enough for them. Most people don't have these, you know, high-end monitors, high-end TVs and things like that. They buy things that are what? Good enough. And I think that's where the PC realm is kind of in danger, because as we move forward, people are going to be like, you know what? This is good enough for me. I don't have to have the 5090, because guess what? You got a 5090, but you know, you're running shit at 500, 600 frames. But the average person will say 60 and 120 are what? Good enough. Now that you have an option to run the 60 on everything and the 120 on everything, guess what? That's good enough. And I think for a lot of PC guys, they're going to say the PS5 Pro is very compelling, especially when you want to play the latest games day one and you don't want to wait a year, 2 years, 3 years down the line. It may be good enough. Yeah, it's not going to make you sell your PC, but you may consider picking up a PS5 Pro and playing those games because it does it quite well and it does it good enough. So that's where the argument is. I don't think, you know, and again, I know the PC guys, they think everybody and their mama owns a 4090 and game at the 4090, and they got these badass monitors, and they think everybody's gaming like that. But we have the numbers, we have the stats, and it shows that no, that's like 1% of PC gamers game like
people
that.
On their 3060.
Exactly. The average gaming GPU is like a 3060. You're right, and it just got upgraded from like a 1080 last generation. So again, good enough. And I know they like to poke fun and laugh, but $700 to get options, to have options to play at 8K 60, to play at 4K 120, to play at 4K 60 with ray tracing and all the bells and whistles turned on. That's good enough for most people. And that's why I think it will outdo the PS4 Pro. And I think it's going to, I think we was just joking on Porter Rock's podcast. But hey, who knows? I may get a W there, I may get an L, but I think the potential is there for the PS4 Pro to outsell the Xbox console in general.
Well, I was gonna say, there's have you heard of people?
I give you props for the business.
Hey, listen. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I gotta bring him over here, Puerto Rock. I gotta bring him over here.
Swing for the fences, dog. You gotta shoot that 3 from the half.
Facts. Hey, listen, man. I gotta feed Alex and all them other dudes that be making videos. I gotta feed them. I gotta throw them a little drip every now and then.
You know the Astro Cyborg. You right now.
Yeah.
He got you.
Facts.
Have you heard about Monster Hunter Wilds?
What's up with that?
What about it?
See, they haven't been talking about that. See, that's the new fear. That's the thing these PC dudes don't want to talk about, bro.
Oh yeah, because those system requirements. Pause. Shout out to Mr. Beefy for subscribing. Pause. Mr. Beefy, salute to you, brother. Go ahead, Thrash. But I did see the system requirements to run that game. My God. A lot of these PC dudes, they better hope and pray that 5090 comes soon, because they're gonna be gaming at 1080p resolution in 30 frames.
Right, but what's scary about the shit though is that from what I correct me if I'm wrong, because again I don't have filth of PC on me, but from what I understand, there that technology they got with the frame gen technology.
Yeah.
Is on full video.
Mandatory.
That's exclusive. It's exclusive to the 40 series, right? Like I heard they're not bringing it down. I heard AMD.
Yes.
You're correct.
Video version.
Yeah.
Exclusive. So
that's what I learned. So just a quick. The 2000 series and the 3000 series have DLSS 3 whatever.
Yeah, but they don't have frame gen.
They don't have frame generation.
Or the re-ray tracing. Yeah.
Right.
Or the re-ray tracing.
So what people are talking about, the murmurs in my investigation in the filth of PC, what they're pissed off about now is that not only is NVIDIA making that exclusive to the 40 series, you got games that are requiring it for 60 frames per second.
Yep.
And they're saying that if they need frame gen to get 60 frames per second, then in reality it's running at 30 frames.
Yes.
And the problem with frame gen is that it's fake frames.
Yes.
So you're gonna it's gonna look it feels, and the responsiveness is still at 30.
Yeah.
So that now they're being forced, like people are being forced to leave at 30. So they're not forced, but they scared that this is what's going to start happening.
Yeah.
Like they're going to have more games requiring frame gen, just like they require SSDs now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're being forced to jump to these higher costing cards. So that's what people are starting to worry about now, as far as the world goes. So now, if you want to play Monster Hunter Wilds at 60 frames per second on your PC, you may need to get a new card. You know what I'm saying?
Keep in mind, guys, this is not King Thrash didn't make this up. Porter Rock didn't make this up. J-Dub didn't make this up. But EA put out their system requirements for Monster Hunter Wilds, and that's how we came for that. Capcom. Sorry about that. Capcom. Yeah. Capcom put that out there. And Digital Foundry actually did a video on it talking about it, and they were like, man, that's crazy. So I don't know if they're forcing everybody to go and upgrade their GPU to the next in order to get that, but those requirements are crazy. And a lot of people say, oh, that's just Capcom. They need to optimize more and this and that. And it's like you can only keep using that excuse for so long before
there was a PC guy who was talking. He had an interesting comment on it, and he said none of these games are doing shit like, say, Cyberpunk is, right?
Yeah.
But there are more and more games that are lesser than Cyberpunk that have higher requirements than Cyberpunk. Why is that?
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
That's a
So
that's a good question.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I've been investigating this shit. I'm like, bro, they worried about consoles right now, bro.
Yeah. Doesn't Cyberpunk have path tracing?
Yes.
Yeah,
It has the option. Yeah. And the ray
that's the
tracing.
option.
And the ray
Yeah.
tracing.
Yeah, but the system requirements of that is lower than, well, I don't know for what things, but they're saying that these games, the basic requirements are higher on lesser games than a Cyberpunk. And it's true. I can't really think of a game more demanding than what Cyberpunk delivers. It's a big ass open world game with all this fucking crazy shit.
But there's multiple reasons behind that. Not every engine is made the same. Some people have more. Like, look at the Decima engine. That motherfucker does wonders, right? It does like wonders compared to all the other engines. Then you have Cyberpunk's engine. I forgot what they call their engine. You have Take-Two's Rockstar's Rage engine or whatever. Then you have Unreal Engine 5. Then you have, it's all of these different engines. Capcom's got their RE engine.
Right.
Some engines are just resource hog. It just requires other things. It may not visually look like it's doing a lot of stuff, but because it's a big open world and what they're trying to do, it requires some things. So we're in a new generation now where we kind of stated before, hey, if you want better visuals, if you want bigger worlds and stuff like that, it's going to require these new engines. Well, guess what? We're there now. We're there now where these systems, these engines are requiring more. And so if you want to be happy, it's going to require that you update your CPU to the latest CPU, to the latest GPU. It's going to require that you invest in the PS5 Pro. It's going to, require a lot of things that I don't think that just optimization is going to change. One thing about this generation I said that they did right is they gave people options. If you want a game at 60 frames, there's an option there in the performance mode. If you want the fidelity, there's a fidelity mode. If you want, there's options. Not everybody has to, go one or the other. The PS5 Pro just bridges that gap where it's less about you worrying about choosing one or the other. You can get a mode that does them both, and it does it good enough for most people to where, it's good. And I think the same thing is becoming the standard on PC, where it's like there's going to become the point of diminishing return. Like, are you really going to spend $2,500 to get a 10% boost, maybe 20% boost off of the $49 that you already spent $2,000
also,
for?
you're going to even notice the difference.
Exactly. And think about it. We don't have these special monitors where you can zoom in 400% just to say, yeah, this is better. That's the Digital Foundry thing. They zoom in 400%. We don't game at 400% zooming in. So for the majority of the people, it's hard pressed for them to tell the difference of a lot of stuff. I know. I'm probably going to get some backlash. Some people are going to say, no, I can see it on my PC and my monitor. It's now granted, I got the best of the fucking best, right? So I can compare anything to anybody's if they really want to come at it from that direction. I'm just saying, and I wear glasses, so don't say I'm fucking cockeyed or nothing, but I'm just saying, for the mass majority of people, it's the stuff that they're gaming on now, it's okay and sufficient for them.
It is. But I think what PC dudes is fucking up too is that they're not realizing that they're human. Like, they're not realizing that the human body has limitations, bro. Yeah. And I think that the PC industry has been taking advantage of that. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, have you ever seen a tire spin so fast that it started looking like it was going backwards?
Yeah, absolutely. That perception. That's that perception.
Yeah. But see, that's also because your eyes can't compute it, right? Like, it's going so fast, you can't follow it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so your brain start auto-correcting, and you do all these different things happen because your body has reached its limit. It's going beyond what your eye can see with stable shit.
Yeah.
And when people talk about frame rates and shit like that, it's the same motherfucking thing to where, like, you're only going to see so many frames.
Yeah.
And shit start looking like it's the same frame rate, like 120 frames versus 240 frames. Like, you start seeing you start like you feel it because you do feel the frames because you're gonna feel better responsiveness, but you're not fucking gonna see this shit. Yeah. There's like been studies behind this shit. Some people say, oh, I see up to 500 frames per second. And the main people who said that shit was PC dudes or people who work for NVIDIA or some bullshit. But when it comes to the professionals, people who actually look at eyes say you can only see 30 and 60. 120 for some people, depending on your genes or whatever's good in your body. And it's like people need to start realizing that like these companies will, if you find a number attractive, they will send it to you.
No,
you know
what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Shout out to Anaji. Now you're right, Thrash, because here's the thing. I say this when I upgraded from my 3090 Ti to my 4090. I said, looking at it from a paper spec, it didn't really look like it was a night and day difference. I mean, I saw the frequency boost, right? I saw that, but it didn't look like a night and day difference. And then I said, what really made me upgrade is the fact that they had exclusive things that weren't available on my 3090 Ti, such as the frame generation, such as the ray tracing, right? So those are the two I basically upgraded specifically for those two features. But if those two features were not there, there was really no sense of anybody upgrading. So they're running out of things to make you upgrade. They're going to have to find something else because frames and resolution alone don't cut it anymore.
No.
Right? Because you've already, in all your games with a 3090, you can run them at 4K, you can run them at high frames, you can do everything you wanted to do. So how else are they going to sell you? So then they started with other things. They basically said, physically, it can do those things, but they're going to limit it and say, nah, we need people, we're going to make these feature exclusive to this platform. And guess what? Once the 5090 and the 50 series come, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to have exclusive things that 40 series won't be able to because they want you to go and upgrade to that next new thing.
Yes.
And they're going to find something. They're going to have to find some reason for you to upgrade and do. And it's the point of diminishing returns. Now, they sold you a $2,000 4090, right? Mm-hmm. Now they're going to try to sell you a $2,500 5090. And it's going to be a hard sale, but I'm pretty sure they're going to do it. They'll find some reason or some way, some new shit that's going to be the new thing that's going to try to convince you to do that for $2,500. I don't know what it is, right? I don't know what that's going to be, but good luck to that.
They're gonna have to make something up. I mean, like iPhones get away with it. What do they say? Oh, we got a new camera.
Yeah, it's always a new camera. It's just a new camera. That's pretty much all they can do. Yeah,
it's all it is because they've reached that. And then what's also happening is game creation is reaching that level, and it's reaching that level not because it couldn't look better or it couldn't be more techniques, but because it's costing too much. And because shit's costing too much, they can only do so much. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, they're just not making money. And so games are reaching that level, and so these chips. They're going to stop being able to have the ability to make new chips that'll run these high-end games better because we can only run it at 30 if you got this chip because the game is too crazy. Yeah. But if they stop making games more and more crazy and that reaches a pinnacle, then these chips are also going to reach a pinnacle. And then you got to figure out how in the fuck do I sell my chips? And I think that's why NVIDIA is moving out of the gaming space and going into the AI and into car motherfucking shit. Yeah. Like, if people, I'm like reading and researching, bro. I've been doing this shit for the past month, and the more I read into it, it's more interesting than Xbox and shit because it's it's a lot more companies, and I see the dilemma that they're in now. Yeah, and that dilemma is everything is reaching its peak. You know what I mean? Things are being more
diminishing returns.
Yep. Diminishing. Shout out to Darkseid. Yeah, it's the law of diminishing returns. Moore's law. From a game creation standpoint, do you guys think they're tapped out, or do you think this new hardware will allow them to do more? Or where are we at with game creation? I see it all the time. People complaining, they don't make games like they used to, or they don't do this, or they're not. But when I look at the number one played and the number one sold games, they're always the same shit. And I always say that gamers right? We ask for something, but then when they create it, we don't go and support it. And when they look at the numbers, motherfuckers are still playing Fortnite. They still playing COD. They still playing, the same shit day to day. And all these, we get new games every week. So if these developers, and then we wonder why they try to make the same game. It's because you're telling them this is all you want to play.
Yep. Here's the thing, right? There's two data points that gamers got to realize that exist now, right? Before, the only data point the industry had was sales, right? That's really the only thing they really had, right? But with the advent of the gamer tag, right? People don't realize that that's also data that they now collect, right? Like King Thrash, right? And we use gamer tags for the fanboy purposes, right? To talk shit and call people out. But the companies, they actually use it to see what you actually play.
Yeah.
Like you could try to fool anyone on Twitter saying, "Oh my God, I love this game," but you can't fool the company. They'll be like, "No, you only play 3 hours."
Fact.
Yeah.
You can't hide what you're playing to the developers, to the publishers. They know what you like. When they see a game, even if and I said there's two data points. First is the sales data point. You can buy a game and say, "I bought it." Like me, I bought Gravity Rush 2. I bought it. Right? But the problem, I didn't play it. There's zero hours. Because I played the first one, I'm like, this shit sucks. I didn't even bother playing the second one because I bought them both because everybody say, "Oh, it's great, Porter, you're gonna love it." I played the first one, I'm like, fuck you motherfuckers, bro. I knew I wasn't gonna like this. So I didn't play, I only played maybe like an hour of Gravity Rush. I didn't even install Gravity Rush 2. I bought it, I never downloaded it. I'm like, I'm not even gonna waste the bandwidth. So Sony sees, okay, Porter Rock bought Gravity Rush 1 and 2, but they also see Porter Rock 77 only has 1 hour in Gravity Rush 1. And not even 10 seconds. Hell, he didn't even hit the start menu. We're not going to make 3. That's no one's playing this. Hours aren't there for people to enjoy it. So we're not going to make it. So
Days Gone.
People got to understand there's two data points too. You got those that buy it, and then the play it. If Sony sees people ain't even passing the first level of a game, that tells them, sure, you bought it, but clearly you don't like it because you're not beating it. You're not keep playing it. So we're not going to make a part 2 because you didn't even finish part 1.
Yep.
They're not going to make part 2. It's just, and people got to understand these gamer tags. They know how many hours you play in the games. They know what levels you beat. Like, sure, for us it's a trophy, but for them it's a completion of showing you like the game. You know, people who beat the game, they like the game. So when you see a game with only 15% of the population beat it, hardly anyone like playing it.
Yep.
So why would they make a part 2?
You know what else? To even piggyback on your story. Yeah, to even piggyback on that, like with platinums, a lot of platinums need multiple playthroughs. So they're looking at it like, damn, this motherfucker liked the game so much he beat it, but then he was willing to go beat it again to get the platinum. That's how much they liked our game. So they can like measure how many people like were supremely excited about their game and liked their game, and it kept them entertained so much so that they can go through it again just to get the platinum. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, perfect. Because like I'm sure, like if we were in the business room, I guarantee they have a very detailed system, right? How many people are willing to platinum? How many people are willing to replete a game? How many people just beat the game? How many people beat the game on normal? How many people beat the game on easy? At what point do most people drop off? Like, where's the biggest drop off? Some could say, well, by the 3rd level, we lose 60% of the people. You know, by the 4th level, we lose another. You know what I'm saying? Have these methods, right? And when shit falls off too fast, that just tells them, man, they don't really like this game. Because look at the drop off. Like, as soon as they got to the 3rd level, most people stopped playing. Only 20% kept playing, and out of the 20, only like whatever beat it. So we're not making a part 2. Because who's gonna play part 2? If you even like part 2, and people don't think about that. Gamer tag, PSN ID is another data point to let these companies know what games are you actually playing. They don't give a fuck about Twitter. Twitter doesn't mean shit.
Exactly.
They know what you're playing. They're not stupid. Even if you privatize it, that just blocks us from seeing it. It doesn't block Sony. It's private to them. They know what you're playing. They're not listening to Twitter. They're not falling for that bullshit. They know what people are playing on their very platform. And even third party knows, because they'll go to Sony and Microsoft, and that's even worse, because they'll go to Steam. You know, EA will go to Steam, EA will go to Sony, and EA will go to Xbox. Hey, we need all the data on our shit. And then they'll look, man, ain't nobody playing this shit. Fuck that. We're not making this shit yet.
I mean, the shit goes deep. Like with companies, shit go deep. And I learned that with Coke. Like, have you ever used one of those machines, those Coke machines, where you can kind of make your own flavor?
Yeah.
Like you can go in there, big ass machine, you choose. Yeah. They use that for new flavors, bro. Like, I don't know if you ever seen the orange cream Coke.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. That was created because of those machines. That was the most created flavor out of those machines.
Wow.
So it's like, no bullshit, 100,000%. Yeah. And that's how deep information goes, bro. They use the information that you use on that, and they collect who's doing the most, like what's the most flavor. So now all the new flavors that they come out with from then on, you had cherry cream and all that, was all from those machines, bro. Yeah. And the same thing comes from gaming, bro. Like, when you create a character, how many people made a girl? How many people made a guy? What kind of guy? What weapons were they using? What guns in Call of Duty? Who's using this most gun? Let's make sure we do a gun that optimizes on that. Like, they use all this information that we do, especially when it comes to customizing. They use that for their future games, bro. So it's like people don't realize it.
People think the gamer tag was just for the gamer. Like, no, bro. They created a new metric. You know, they're like, oh, now you could compare how many hours you play, how many games you beat. No. That's for them. They want to know how many hours you play. They want to know how many games you're willing to beat, how many trophies you're willing to go, right? Don't you notice almost every game, at a minimum, they have a trophy for just beating a level? You got a trophy. It's because it's a data point. You know, they just want to know, and the people get pissed off at some of the more ridiculous trophies. Like, oh man, I gotta fucking jump through a window, do a 360, throw a grenade, and kill 5 people. Right? This is stupid. They do that for a reason. They want to know if you spent enough time to master the game to pull off that move. And the higher that trophy, the more that tells them you were willing to learn and enjoy the game that you could pull that move off. Right? You know, I had a dude that was talking to me about that. Like, some trophies are ridiculous. They do it on purpose. They want to see if you're willing to put and invest the time into getting the weapon, putting in the hours, and learning the skill to do that one thing. Right? And the higher that trophy, the more that tells them, you know what? People are willing to learn the mechanics, play this game. Let's keep it going. If people ain't willing to do that move, it's probably because they don't care about learning the mechanics. So now when they make a sequel, they're not going to include that mechanics. They're going to dumb it down. They're going to make it easier. Why? Because the data shows you don't like strong mechanics. Right? And people complain, oh, why they dumb down this game? It's because the previous game showed most gamers didn't like advanced mechanics.
Yeah.
So they create a more dumbed down game. You know, people don't understand that whole gamer tag shit changed the game for the company. You'll be surprised. Next time when y'all look at all these trophies, really ask yourself, how can a company use that towards their next game? They're doing something. All of that shit's a data point for them. You know?
Yeah.
It's just like the backwards compatibility too. They knew like 2% of people used it, so they didn't do it.
You noticed? Do you see more and more games? Back in the days when trophies first came out in gamertag, you had a normal trophy, a hard trophy, a very hard trophy.
Yeah.
Now a lot of games don't do that no more. Now it's just if you beat the game, just beat it and you're good. Yeah. Right? Because they're noticing that didn't help. Most gamers didn't care about the hard or levels or whatever.
Facts. So, especially Sony games.
Yeah. So they're like, it doesn't matter. Because like some games is just beat the game. Doesn't matter what move. It doesn't matter. It's because the data points show the hard trophy levels or the extreme hard trophy levels didn't really matter much. They didn't care.
They didn't get that much information from it.
And that's why when I see people asking for all these sequels to things and them to bring back a bunch of old games, I always say, man, these companies, they aren't dumb. They got the numbers, they got the stats, they got what they wanted. And it was either favorable or it wasn't. That's just, it is what it is. And I don't care, like, I know, y'all know I like racing games, right? So I don't care if I like racing games, but if nobody else like them, I know there's a high probability I'm not going to get a sequel to a racing game, or I'm not going to get this, or I'm not going to get that. That I just you just gotta understand that. That's just the way this stuff is. And all I can say is, if you want things to change, stop playing fucking Fortnite. Stop playing Call of Duty all the time. Stop playing just stop it. I even brought up this data point because we had it. I had it in my phone. The most played games on Steam, these PC dudes, I know a lot of them I'm waiting for the 5090, I got a 4090, I got all this, right? PC is superior. Okay, but if you look at these games, right, none of these games is going to take advantage of a fucking 4090 at all. So that tells you why most PC gamers don't have high-end. The number one play game is Counter-Strike 2. That shit can run on a potato. Dota 2, that shit can run on a watch. A game called Banana. That sounds like it can run on a fucking toaster.
Yeah, that can run on any PC.
That shit can run on Wi-Fi to my eyes with no hardware.
Yeah, Rust, PUBG.
I'm looking at right now top 100 play games on Steam. Right, number one is Counter-Strike. Right.
Yep.
Like you said, you don't need a beast PC for that game. That shit is old as hell.
Exactly.
Banana, Dota 2.
Yep.
Throne and Liberty.
See.
PUBG Battleground.
Yep.
Right? Those top 5, you don't need a super beast rig to do those, right?
Exactly.
Baldur's Gate 3, okay, maybe, but even a decent PC could run that.
Yep.
Yeah, because
the consoles run it.
Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto 5, Team Fortress 2.
Yep.
There's number 10.
Yep.
You don't need a beast PC for Team
That's
Fortress.
what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yo. I know these PC guys.
You could be fine with a Steam Deck, probably.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Even the Steam Deck is overkill for most of those games, right? So I know guys, but that's why I say the PC guys who are in this console war argument, those are disgruntled. Those are Xbox refugees. Those are Xbox guys that just got tired of getting beat up. They went and bought them a PC and they're fighting the angle. They're fighting from that angle, right? They're console guys that just so happen to bought a PC, but they're still Xbox guys. They are playing the console ports, but the average PC gamer are not playing any of those games. They're not playing these console ports. This is why.
The game you need a beast PC to really get the most out of it, Cyberpunk 2077, which I think we all agree, is 43.
Absolutely. And on top of that, Puerto Rock, most PC gamers don't run Cyberpunk with all the bells and whistles on.
No.
Yeah.
You only need the high-end graphics card if you want to turn on pad tracing, if you want to turn on the ray tracing and all the other features and run it at 4K. That's the only reason you need that high-end GPU. If not, you can run that shit on a fucking a 2060.
Yeah.
I mean, I talked to a PC guy before who had all the bells and whistles on Cyberpunk. He was like, "Yeah, my PC can do this. My PC got ray tracing. My PC got all this. All the my shit looks fantastic." So I said, "Okay, you beat it." No, but I got to see all of that. I'm like, "Hey, y'all, this is the problem with y'all. What's the problem?"
But Thrash, it's because they're tinkerers. They like tinkering with things, right? So they like playing with the settings. They like doing the benchmarks. But after that, they turn this shit off and move on and go back to their Dota 2s and their CSGOs. That's just the data is telling us that. None of the games that Puerto Rock named, none of the games that I named said God of War, Ratchet and Clank, Spider-Man, none of the Xbox games. None of it said Call of Duty. None of it said any of the games that actually are graphically demanding. So that's what we're saying in general. These PC gamers, it don't matter if these games go to PC because only a handful of people are actually going to play them. Majority of the PC gamers don't even play console ports. Shout out to Narun. Yeah. So I that's why I said the only reason the PC guys even got into the topic of the conversation is because the Xbox refugees went out, bought them a PC, and they're trying to fight the angle from that angle. Like that's going to help Xbox. Xbox is out of here. They're done. They didn't give you a mid-gen refresh. You don't know where they're going next. Nobody knows. None of the insiders. They closed the goddamn ambassador program. They got rid of the hardware team. They fucking got rid of all the perks that you would normally get. All that shit is out of there. They're not moving in a direction like they're ready. They're prepping for a new generation. We're not even 4 years into this generation yet. That won't happen until November. So we're not even 4 years into this generation, and they are already just kind of done. Like they what they gonna do? They gonna coast.
They're giving up. They're giving up again.
But how are you going? Like, how does this generation pan out, right? And I want everybody, I want all y'all to tell me, each one of you to tell me, how does this generation pan out? 2025, all of these games running better, looking better on PlayStation 5 Pro and PlayStation 5, and there is nothing for the Xbox. There's no kind of help for them outside of them moving and buying a PC or buying a PlayStation. How does this shake out for another 4 years? This generation is going to continue on for another 3 to 4 years. So how does Xbox, if you're a Series S owner or a Series X owner, how do you maneuver in that space, knowing that all of your games run better on the competition's platform?
Same with the Xbox One was getting by through its generation with the PS4 Pro for its time when it was the most powerful console. It'll just be like that, basically.
But we have more games skipping Xbox. That's the problem, too.
Well, yeah, that's true.
That's how I see it, honestly. Just, it would just get by. That's how I see it.
Hey, Porter Rock, do you think the Xbox guys just move to PC or PlayStation? What do you think they're going to do? Or they're just going to ride the line with the Series S for another 3 years?
I think the bigger hardcore Xbox guys that are console gamers, right? That they don't want to really play on PC.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna give Microsoft the benefit of doubt. I think some of them really believe. So I've seen like some podcasts, and they are right now looking at Xbox 2026 in the same way they saw Xbox 360 launch a year early in 2005.
Next gen, right? The next generation.
Yeah, like launch before the PlayStation. And have a year or two a leg up as a next gen title, right? Mm-hmm. And they're hoping that 2026 is the next generation Xbox console, and since it's quote unquote next generation, they have next gen all to themselves, and that somehow that could be the beginning of what 360 did. I think they're holding out to see if there's some signs of that happening. But I think next gen, if Xbox don't turn out the way they think it's going to turn out, I think they're going to switch over to PlayStation because it's
permanent switch or
the thing with the Switch is it's I think Nintendo's still going to do what they always do, and what they always do is they just focus on themselves. They don't give a fuck about the industry, right? I think I see a lot of Nintendo channels. They're trying to look at the next Switch as something that will be part of the next generation of games, and you're gonna get all these games from third party and all that stuff. And I'm like looking at these guys like, yo, I don't think Nintendo gives a fuck about that. I don't think Nintendo right now is thinking, man, we gotta make sure the new Call of Duty and the new Grand Theft Auto is on Switch. I don't think they give a fuck about that. I think they moved on from that. I think they moved on from the idea of trying to have a platform that competes with the current industry. They moved on from that. Right now, what they're gonna do is they're gonna do what they want at the price they want, at the performance they want, so they can make the games they want, and then everybody else deal with it. If you're gonna make a game, make it. If you can't make it, oh well, don't make it. Like they're not gonna. I think they're done with putting themselves in a position where third party has an influence, and now they have to juggle this thing because they tried that, right? They tried one last time with the Wii U, and that shit failed miserably.
Yep.
So I think
the favorite version of all your favorite games.
Yeah.
I remember that. I did.
Yeah.
I do.
My man said Wii U's gonna have the best version of Call of Duty. I was like, this dude bugging. But I think Nintendo's done with that. I think Nintendo's like, we're gonna do us.
I do.
We're gonna release at the price point we think it's gonna be competitive to sell. And if the third party can make a game, make it. If you can't, we don't give a fuck. If Rockstar goes, hey, this Switch 2's not powerful enough to run Grand Theft Auto 6, then Nintendo will be like, then put 5 or fuck off. We're not going to change because of you. We're not doing that. So
you think we're going to see, the impossible ports? Like you guys have heard the term, right? Switch impossible ports or whatever. Do you think it'll... Like, I'm just asking y'all, like, do you think it'll happen with the Switch 2? Like, a port that...
Like what? Like a current gen game on the Switch
like
2?
GTA or
Like a
something?
port of-
Yeah, like an impossible pour. Like, do you see?
No.
Nah,
You-
I don't like.
You got to think
like, I
about. My bad. Go ahead. My bad, Ron. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna see these more demanding games that are for the higher upper end system. Like for example, you can see GTA 5 being on the Switch 2. I don't see GTA 6. I don't see Rockstar even contemplating that shit, right? I don't see Cyberpunk going on the Switch 2 or even the more demanding games because I don't I don't think Nintendo cares to create a console that would help third party to facilitate. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think Nintendo just doesn't care to cater to the industry. They say, Nintendo sets the tone. This is what we made. You either can make it or you don't. We don't care.
That's true.
I think Nintendo just moved away from trying to.
They're in their own lane.
Yeah, they're in their own lane.
Yeah.
They completely stay in their own lane, and you either ride with them or you don't. They don't give a shit.
They made
but they're not going to change their tune.
They make their
They're not.
consoles for their first party games, and if you're a third party and you can find some kind of way to put your game on our platform, then that's fine too. But other than that, we only care about our first party, and we'll ride that out. And they've been successful with that, and I can't be mad at that. But go ahead.
I think that what you also got to think about is who's buying a Nintendo Switch. Like, how good did Mortal Kombat do on Nintendo Switch?
Oh my god!
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, how good did it do? Even if the Switch identically, I don't think they're gonna fucking focus on violent games when the majority of the buyers are people who are entering gaming for the first time. They want to introduce gamers through Nintendo. That's why Nintendo is always where they're at, because they focus on making sure that their console is the one that you introduce gaming to through your kids.
Yeah.
Parents trust a Nintendo Switch before they trust a PlayStation, an Xbox, or a PC.
That's true.
Because that's the reason why they don't have fucking online shit like they do with chat rooms and all that. They don't want no fucking weirdos in their chat rooms. The last thing they gonna need is one of those incidents that happen to where parents don't trust Nintendo like they do.
Yeah.
People buy multiple fucking Nintendos because kids don't share. So they'll buy multiple Switches for their kids, bro.
Yeah.
You don't get that too much. You do get it for PlayStation and the Xbox, but you don't get it like you get it for Nintendo. That's why Nintendo numbers are where they are. They're a multiple household console.
Yeah.
So I don't think they're gonna let go of that just to dabble and then compete with someone they know they can't compete with. You know what I'm saying? At that level, right? Like they already make more money than them. Or not, I can't say make more money, but they sell a lot of consoles. They have a lot of popularity. Their movies is selling just like PlayStation shows and movies and shit. They're in a good position. Why change it? They have a marketing demographic. Why destroy?
And you gotta look at it from also Nintendo's perspective, right? They created, like for themselves, the perfect business for themselves.
Yeah.
Their IP is the majority of game sales, and they don't drop the price on those shits for
At all.
They talk about PlayStation.
Yeah.
Them shits stay $60 for 3-4 years, and they still sell.
For 7
You know what I'm
years,
saying?
Mario Kart right now is still full
And
price.
You know why that is? You know why it is, though?
But one more thing, nobody gave flack for Tears of the Kingdom being $70.
No, not at all. You know why?
No next gen features, no ray tracing, nothing.
Bro,
Next gen. And
because
$70,
kids
shit
don't check price tag.
You know?
That's what it is. Kids don't check price tags. Kids don't see if you got ray tracing.
Yeah.
But kids are asking for this from their parents. Parents ain't gonna get, like, if their kid is asking for it and they deserve it, or if they want to spoil their kids or however, they will get their kids what they want. That's why Pixar movies are some of the biggest movies out there. All these kid movies and shit. Some of the biggest movies out there. It's simply because their kids want to go to it. That's why Lucky Charms and shit got fucking cartoons on the front of them motherfuckers. Like, because kids, when they want to draw kids to it. Kids don't have no money. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas broke. So it's like, the parents are going to be the ones to pay for it. It's just like going to the club. You know what I'm saying? And there's chicks there, and they let the chicks in for free. Because the chicks come, the dudes come. And the dudes are the ones for shit.
That's true.
So it's like same thing with that, with kids. Like the kids don't have the money, but like if the kid's over there crying, I want this game, oh my God, please. All right, mow the lawn, boy. You know what I'm saying? You know, something, whatever. Wash dishes for a week. You know, be good to your sister. Don't fight, whatever, be good, I get it for you. The price tag no longer matters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it just is what it is.
Yeah.
I hear you. Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to be an interesting second half of this generation. We got Nintendo, their new console coming out. It's going to be successful. They're going to do things. Everybody's going to be out in the stores buying that. In 2 weeks, everybody be out in the stores buying the PS5 Pro. They'll be playing, Wolverine, Ghost of Yotai, and all the, Indiana Jones. All the Xbox games, all the PlayStation first party games, all the third party games will be the best place to play on that for the consoles. And then Xbox is just kind of stuck in limbo, and people are going to be questioning it every single day. Well, what is it for me? Why do I have an Xbox? Y'all not giving me anything. And stop telling me Game Pass, because Game Pass don't have the big games that Nintendo and PlayStation have. And matter of fact, all of these Game Pass games are running better on the competition's platform. The Xbox guys are going to ask these exact same questions. How is Microsoft going to respond? Or do they respond? Do they just say, listen, it is what it is? That's going to be very telling going forward.
All right, my brothers, I'm gonna step out, man.
All right. Well, I appreciate. Thank you for coming by, man. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, happy Sunday.
Definitely.
Take care.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see going forward, how do that community save face and keep going? Because I'll tell you this now, if PlayStation was in that situation where, it was just a PS5 and a new Xbox was coming out and it's going to be more powerful, and then PlayStation games were going over to Xbox, I will feel some type of way. I'll be like, nah.
You would?
Hell yeah, I feel some type of way. I'll be pissed off. Like, nah, that ain't what we doing. And then I'll go some other place. That's just what it is. There's always options. You don't have to be stuck with Xbox. Go get your PlayStation. Go get your PC. There's options out there. You don't have to feel obligated to stay with a platform that has moved on from you. Clearly, they don't know what they're doing, or maybe they do. Maybe this is their way of keeping the install base small and eventually just saying we're no longer going to move forward in the future. And, your library will be there, so keep your Series S or your Series X, but no more hardware for you. I don't know. Maybe they do come with this handheld, this rumored handheld, and that handheld is their next generation console. But then if they do that,
play your Xbox digital library.
Yeah, but if they do that, now they're not just competing against PlayStation. See, right now their only competition is PlayStation. But they're going to move out of a realm where you only have to compete with one guy to you have to compete with a lot of people. You got to compete with the Switch. You got to compete with the Steam Deck. You got to compete with the ROG Ally, with the Legion Go, and everything else. And let's face it, those other devices are probably going to be better. They're going to have a more consistent background. They have a longevity of support. If Xbox just give up like that in the middle of a generation, that's telling you there, like, why would I keep sinking these $500-$600 into a platform that keeps getting, you keep giving up on it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how people can still be excited about Xbox and willing to spend more money. Like, motherfucker, it's not even 4 years in this generation and you already moving on. They prematurely moved on from last generation with the Xbox One X. So why do you keep doing that? And like Phil, like he said, they're not competing on the same space as PlayStation or Nintendo anymore. So what is it that they want? And right now they haven't told the gamers what it is they want. They're trying to figure it out as they go along. But it's like that doesn't instill any confidence in me investing my money into their ecosystem or their platform at all.
Fuck no, bro. Fuck no.
So all these
I feel bad.
Yeah, so these dudes sitting out here talking about, I ain't worried about it. We getting the handheld next. Like, bro, do you really think your handheld is gonna fix the problem you got? Microsoft is trying to use hardware to fix a software problem. It's your games. It's your games. It's not your hardware. You got the world's most powerful console, but we haven't seen shit from it because it's hamstrung by the weakest console.
Yeah.
And you still don't got any games that really, even at this point.
Yeah. Microsoft is no longer fighting to be in the console business. They're fighting to be in the console business. I mean, in the gaming business, period.
Yeah.
Like they've given up on the console business. They're just trying to find a space that they can sit in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think if that fails, after spending that money on Call of Duty, like all the pressure is on them.
Yeah.
You got to pay that money back, but you got to like pay at least double that before they even satisfied.
Yeah.
And they're gonna look at you like this. We bought a very, very successful company. If you cannot make that successful, then why are we here?
Exactly.
Just is what it is. It is what it is. You don't buy Call of Duty and fail.
Yeah.
How? You know what I mean? Like the game was trash for I don't know how long. The game was running on the same engine for I don't know how fucking long. It just now upgraded the damn engine this gen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it ain't failed yet. They lived through Call of Duty Ghost. Mm-hmm. It was one of the worst Call of Duties ever, and still sold more than damn near everything that year. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And it's just like, how do you fail? You know, and if you fail on that, and we're gonna see now, because now that it's been a year since they bought them, now we're gonna see how much growth was actually there. Because now we're gonna have to compare from what they had from last year into this year.
Yeah.
It's no longer getting new money, and that's why your percentages are up. Now it's old money, and now you're gonna have to see how much you grew from that new money that you got. Did you grow it? Because if it's not growing and if it's decreasing, it's gonna be a problem.
Exactly.
It's gonna be
Threads. That's what I understand. Each financial, they keep counting ABK's money, but it's like, okay, you've bought them, right? This is the money that they have always brought in. What are you, Microsoft? What are you, Xbox? What are you bringing in? Because the only thing that's keeping Xbox afloat is ABK's money from their games. But it's like, okay. Was ABK supposed to be the savior of everything, or was they supposed to be an additive? Because if ABK was just going to be the savior, damn, that means the rest of your divisions was fucking ass, not pulling in no money. And their biggest loss is from the hardware side of things. So why would you spend more billions of dollars for R&D? Because that's your biggest expense. Nobody's buying your hardware. That's your biggest expense. Why do you keep spending billions of dollars making this hardware that comes a loss from you? It was down almost a negative 60%. This last one, and prior to that, it was a negative 48, and prior to that one before, it was a negative 37. It's been a negative for like ever. So if I'm Satya, I'm thinking, why don't I just cut my loss? And I'm going to just, all the positive money, I'm going to keep that shit going. But all the negative shit, I'm going to cut that shit.
Be the biggest publisher in gaming.
Absolutely.
Do that.
Absolutely.
Do that. And be the biggest, most
Thrash, you know what? I can respect them for that. Because that's at least them saying, hey, listen, I would rather not be in a certain space where I'm going to be last place, where I'm going to be the laughing stock. I would rather leave that space and go be in a space where I can be number one. I can be better and bigger than EA. I can be better and bigger than Ubisoft. I can be better and bigger than all of these other people. And I'm going to make all of this money. I'm going to make money off of PlayStation. I'm going to make money off of Nintendo. I'm going to make money off of PC and everybody else. We're just going to pull in all this money. I think that's what Satya is like. This is what we're doing now. We gave y'all opportunity. We gave you chances over all these years. Xbox has been a thing for 25 years. I don't know why people act like they the new kid on the block.
Right. Exactly.
Right? PlayStation only had one generation above them. That's it. So I don't understand why people act like, oh, well, give them time. That motherfucker, you had 25 years.
Yeah.
We were little kids.
And what's crazy is that they gave the best deal in gaming. They gave you Game Pass for $1, and they gave all their first party games on their day and fucking date, and still didn't succeed.
Yep.
Like, They know, and then the console, like buying Activision did not help console sell. Putting Call of Duty and Game Pass did not help console sell. Like nothing is they know that there's nothing that they can do to sell consoles. They know it. So why keep fucking making them? Just go and make your games. Try to focus on making those things successful, and you'll be okay. You want to make Halo successful again? Put it on PlayStation. You want to make Gears successful again? Put it on PlayStation. That's your best chance because nobody's buying your hardware. You know, PC dudes ain't buying your shit. We just looked at the top 20.
Yep.
You want some fucking Halo 4s up there?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like go with the people who are part of the market that these games were made for. PC is a different type of motherfucking market. They like fucking CSGO and RTSs.
Yeah.
Go.
And those
PlayStation.
big open world sandbox games.
Yeah. Make the money off the fans that you lost in the 360 era who went to the PS3.
Yeah.
Because those people are still fans of Halos and Gears. Hell, I'm a Gears fan.
Yep.
That's one of my favorite franchises of all time. So you damn right, day one, buying all of them.
Yep.
Let them come to PlayStation. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, except 4 and 5, fuck that. But still, you know what I'm saying? Like, work on that. And I think that's what they're doing. I think they're going to announce Halo Master Chief Collection by 11/11 this year. I think.
I can Thrash. I totally believe the Game Awards they're gonna let Jeff Keighley do it because they let Jeff Keighley announce the goddamn Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
So they want to let somebody else to report the semi bad news, which is really good news because it's more money for Microsoft. But they want somebody else to do that bear the bad news because they know people are gonna go out there and attack Jeff Keighley, right? The Xbox fans they're gonna attack him, but they didn't attack Phil for making the decision to put the goddamn game on PlayStation. I saw that. I was like, why are you guys attacking Jeff Keighley for announcing what Phil and them gave him to announce on his platform?
Like it was Geoff Keighley's choice.
Yeah, Jeff is just out there saying, "Yeah, we're gonna do this." No, he don't make no decisions. Like, what are we doing?
It's craziness, bro.
They refuse to hold Phil accountable. They refuse to point blame. They refuse to, for whatever reason, man. I don't know why, but these executives got a hold on these motherfuckers' minds or something. It's just crazy.
They know if they blame Phil, then they'll have to accept the fact that Phil Spencer was a failure, that Xbox is a failure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They gotta blame everybody else but the thing that needed blame. They blaming PlayStation. Oh, all these remakes and remasters, everybody want to complain about that shit. Yeah. And I get it. But if they announce Gears motherfucking 5 remastered for fucking
it would be that
Xbox, they'd be all over it.
Yeah.
All over it.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like it's become too toxic.
Yeah.
To the point they're being toxic to themselves.
No, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I've been said that. Listen, they attack Tim Dog. They attack Kid Smooth. They attack everybody that just says, "Hey, listen, man, I'm gonna go get me a PS5 Pro because, you know, I want to play the games the best." And they would rather attack people for just doing the common sense thing and not holding the line. Like you got to be forced to play that dog shit Series S forever.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Like, admit the fact that the Series X was one of the biggest mistakes in gaming history.
It was.
It was. It just was. Like, it's clear. It's not a console war thing. It's look at what the developers are saying. Look at the games.
Yeah.
They couldn't even do split screen Halo because of Xbox Series S. You know, that's your own game.
But Thrash, that leads me to what I said previously. Is it really a failure though? Mm-hmm. Because it could be considered a success. Because think about how it would have been if they would have just launched the X Series X. Because what that showed you, they had two choices. I can buy the most powerful console to play the games the best and look the best, or I can just buy the cheapest thing out of that in my pocket. Gamers chose unanimously. They would rather just buy a cheap console that plays fucking 1080p and let that be that. They chose that. So the Xbox fan base chose, we don't care about power. That's according to the stats in the results. It's not like it was a 50-50, right? Where it's a toss-up. This was unanimous, like a 80%, 85% of the Xbox install base owns a Series S, not a Series X. So that data tells us something. It tells us that those gamers don't really care about power like that. They would rather save a buck. They would rather save money, and they're okay with playing at 1080p. And that's fine. And maybe that's why Microsoft is making some of the decisions that they're making now. Maybe not to have an, and I know people say, well, if they would have just went with the Series X, I'm like, well, if they would have went with the Series X, those gamers who own a Series S probably wouldn't have bought an Xbox at all. So now you'll be looking at 10 million Xboxes being sold, or maybe 5 million Xboxes being sold.
Ooh.
You see what I'm saying?
Ouch.
They only sold 25 million Xboxes collectively. So 80% of those are Series S. So that means only a handful of people would have actually bought the goddamn Xbox this generation. So that's why I say, is it really a failure? I just think the Xbox gamers just did not show up this generation. They did not show up. As much as they love Xbox, they just did not show up. I don't know what else to say.
I mean, we here, bro. That's all.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, but that's just because they were trained to not buy games and told console sales. You know what I mean? This has been going on for a long time.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get that, but what else? Like, bro, the Pro is launching in a few days. I mean, in basically a few days.
Yeah.
What? I mean, like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm kind of speechless as to where do we go from here.
I mean, as far as what, Xbox?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, bro. The third-party publisher is the only way to go. If you don't have no competition for the PS5 Pro and the Nintendo Switch 2, you're in the same exact position you was in with the Scorpio. And they had to discontinue that. Remember, the Scorpio came out a year and a half after PS4 Pro and Nintendo Switch, but they had to hurry up and announce it to assure people that, oh yeah, we are still competing. We competing. We got something better than that. All that good shit. But it still took a year and a half for it to come out after the Pro and after the Nintendo Switch.
I think they'll just get by like they did, I think they'll just get by. That's what I honestly think.
But they can't afford to get by. They just spent $80 billion. They can't afford to lose any more money, bro. They need to gain money. That's why they've been firing people. That's the best way to save money, to have money. To say, okay, we got this much money. They've been firing people. They fired like damn near 3,000 people already?
Hell yeah. They fire people every goddamn month.
Yeah. They just fired some people from King. What King do?
Bro, King was just printing money. They're minding their own damn business. Microsoft combined and lay off everybody. That shit crazy.
Went in there, bought them motherfuckers some Domino's pizza with 3 flavors. One with jalapenos, one with pepperoni, one with cheese. Walked up in that office and said, "Hey, we're gonna have a meeting, guys, and let's have a pizza party too." And not you, Mark and Cindy, go in the office. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just they had to walk in because I know it had to be unexpected, bro. Because King is successful. Same thing with when they fired the Call of Duty dudes. That's a successful game. Why aren't you firing the initiative? I ain't firing everybody at the initiative. The rest of them. Why do you have a third-party company coming to help you? Like, Call of Duty didn't need no third-party company to come and help them. King didn't need no third-party company to come and help them. But you cutting there? It's like, I don't know, bro. It's a whole lot of trouble.
Yeah. So what do y'all say?
Oh.
What do y'all say to the people that's gonna, I guess, hold the line, keep holding the line? I mean, should they fold the line? Should they keep holding the line? Or
keep holding it. Fuck it. If they don't want it, if they don't get it, they'll never get it. Keep holding the line, bro. Keep holding it until you can't hold it no more.
Well, we just seen some of those Xbox dudes that was talking shit. They ended up buying them.
Yeah, like Frog Boy now.
Yeah.
Get smooth. All these cats that end up buying and giving an excuse why you bought it. You don't give an excuse why you bought something for $700. You said it too much.
Nigga, we know why you bought it. you ain't gotta prove that. But
I don't know. You like games, bro. You like games, and Microsoft isn't providing that for you. So now PlayStation is going to be your main. You're not going to buy it for $700 and not play it. I know that. I hope that's not what they try to do.
oh, you know what their go-to is. Yeah, I own the PlayStation, but I only play it
it's trash.
for the exclusives. You know, they every other year they release an exclusive. Yeah, it's like, all right, yeah, you're right, cool.
Yeah, you spent $700 for exclusives, huh?
So what happened? Because last generation, their excuse for gaming on Xbox was it had the better running version of the multiplayer. Well, now that's out the door. PlayStation has the better running version of multiplayer. But so why are you still on Xbox? Oh, exactly. my library. You know, I got my library. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to leave that. Okay. It's just a matter of time for Phil let that library come over to PlayStation. It's just a matter of time.
It's a matter of time.
They're going to find out some kind of way where you can play your old library on PlayStation 5. So those gamers, that's just what that is.
Yeah. And something's happened, bro. Like, cause Sony is way more lenient on letting Microsoft bring their games over. They wasn't like that at first. So Sony knows what the fuck is going on.
I've been saying this. I said this last generation. The only reason Sony is not going to allow Game Pass on their Game Pass on their platform is because Microsoft and Sony competes on the hardware level. I said if Microsoft get out of the hardware space, they are no longer considered competitors, but they're going to work together because they can both make money off of it. Yeah, as long as Sony get their 30%, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah, 30% plus fees and information.
Yeah,
but
I'm not finna allow you to put your service on my platform and get access to my gamers while you still making money on the hardware. No, I want people to buy a PlayStation, not an Xbox.
Yeah.
If you get out of the hardware space and relinquish that gives me access to all of those Xbox gamers, which at this point it ain't nothing but a handful of them left, right? 20-some million. By default, they're gonna come over. That's just really what it is, whether you like it or not. All the big who's who of Xbox guys are ponies now. They're PlayStation gamers. They have bought a PlayStation 5 or a PlayStation 5 Pro. Every week they sign the Kratos contract. Every week I'm posting. Every week.
Yeah.
There really ain't nobody left.
How much money King Cole's making off of your copies and stuff of the damn contract? You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Go up there and get
you know what I'm saying?
Gotta get them stickers burned on. The certifications. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is.
Yeah.
But in reality, though, them motherfuckers been had a contract. They just don't want to say it because their personality that they made up on YouTube and Twitter is what they are.
Yeah.
It's forbidding them to say it. But yeah, they're doing it.
Well, you know what's finna happen? The double grift finna happen. They made money on the Xbox side. Once that runs out, because Xbox is getting out of this shit, they're gonna flip the script, get them a PlayStation, and then they're gonna try to make money tearing Xbox down. We've seen this by a countless amount of people already, right?
MBG, for example,
yeah, it's the double grift.
Yeah.
So be like they say, be wary of those come bearing gifts.
Yeah.
The same dudes who defended and held the line for Xbox are going to be trying to tear that shit down now.
Yeah. I mean, even King David, the guy who made up Hold the Line, is getting a PS5 Pro. Just is what it is.
Yeah, I mean,
it is what it is.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all.
I mean, I'm like, I would blame them if they didn't. What kind of people are you to not want gaming, not want games to be at their best, not want games? You see them fucking writing on the wall. You see it, just like we seen it with Sega, just like we seen it with PlayStation with the PS3. Everybody put their feet to the coals when they charged that price for the PS3.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Told you get 2 jobs. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get 2 Xboxes. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, you gotta go unless you're not a gamer. Well, unless you're not a gamer, you know what I'm saying? I think everyone should be getting a PS5 Pro or even a PS5. Like, look at how happy fucking Tim Dog is, bro.
Bro.
That man is happy. Bro,
Tim Dog is living his best life, my nigga. He living his best life.
Stupid.
Tim Dog be texting me talking about, Jay, why didn't you tell me about this game here? This shit is fantastic. But you know, Tim told me something once.
Mm-hmm.
He told me the reason I never gamed on my PS5 is because I was afraid it was going to make my Xbox look inferior, and to a point where I didn't want to game on my Xbox anymore. And I get it. I feel where he's coming from with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you got something that you just love so much, you know, I don't know what it is. Maybe your favorite TV, your favorite pair of shoes, your favorite socks, your favorite chair. There's something you got that's your favorite. You're afraid to wear the new pair of shoes because if you wear the new pair of shoes, you no longer going to want to wear the old pair. Or sit in the old chair, right? Or it's like that. I get that standpoint. But all the years that passed by where he could have access, he could have just went and booted up. But again, held the line. People want to hold the line.
Yeah.
You know, they thought better days were coming. Oh, this ABK deal, we're finally getting all of these games. It's gonna reap the rewards and benefits. And what happened? No rewards and benefit. As a matter of fact, it benefited PlayStation even more. Because they turned around and took all them games and put them on PlayStation. And as a matter of fact, they're taking all your first-party games and going to put them on PlayStation. So they really got shafted in the whole solution. Then they jacked up the price of Game Pass. So as an Xbox-only gamer, that ABK deal, you champion that deal was the death note for Xbox, as you knew it.
Yeah. And
Matter of fact,
I told him.
Microsoft said, Phil said it. Microsoft said it. It escalated their plans. It fast tracked their plans. Shout out to Jam Shop for subscribing. I appreciate you, brother. Go ahead, Thrash.
No. Yeah, I remember it was Phil who said that shit.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, imagine having the numbers that you have, right? You got fucking Halo, your number one best shit. You got Halo Infinite. And you see the numbers that it did, and you see what the numbers used to do. And then you get Call of Duty and see numbers you ain't never seen before. Are you gonna just start worrying about fucking exclusives anymore? Are you gonna fucking worry about, like console wars and all? You're gonna do whatever it takes to maintain and grow that money. And you're not gonna grow it by removing it from PlayStation or competing with PlayStation, especially if Sony is telling you, I am not going to allow you to do shit on my shit if you're competing with me. It doesn't make no sense.
Yeah.
So I would have left too. I told people that the same thing with Sony. People like, oh, they should buy Square. I said, if they buy Square, they become third party.
Yep.
So if fans are maybes about it. But they have, you know how many games are on fucking Nintendo?
Yeah.
From Square? You just worried about Xbox. Like, Square got cell phone games. Square got motherfucking Nintendo games up the ass. You gonna tell me you're gonna pay all that money, and the worth of Square includes the games that are on other platforms. You're gonna take away that worth? You're gonna spend that money and just drop that money? No.
Yeah, no. These companies are not spending all this money just to not make money. No.
Right.
They want to make the money, but they want to make more.
Yes.
It's just like when they bought Bungie. Yeah, they could have took the games off of other platforms, but why would they do that? They want to make money.
Yes. You don't abandon your money.
Yeah.
That don't even make sense. How can you blame, like, if they're to take fucking Destiny and made it exclusive to PlayStation, how could you blame Bungie for not making money?
Exactly.
You just took the money away from them. What you mean? Why am I up now? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, no, like, you see that money, you paid this amount of money, and it included your worth included the money that you make on other platforms.
Absolutely.
Simple as that. Simple as that.
That's like
So,
ABK money. The PlayStation is their biggest money maker.
yes.
Why would they not fucking like? It makes no sense. It literally makes no sense.
It makes absolutely, and I said it day one when they first announced it, before they even bought it. When they first announced they intended to buy it, they were going to buy it. I'm like, and people were like, "Oh, Call of Duty exclusive to Xbox." I'm like, impossible.
I'll never forget. I'll never forget, Thrash. My good brother.
Who post?
No. It wouldn't post this time. Not this time. What's his name? Paris. My brother Paris. I almost said Tom Warren, but no, Paris. He said you don't spend $100 billion and not have exclusivity and not, you know. And I was like, I don't know about that. And what happened? That exclusivity shit went out the door. I'm like, listen, the more money you spend, the more money you're going to require to come back. And that exclusivity shit does not work if you're trying to make money. Here's the thing. PlayStation is able to do that because they sell a bunch of copies from their first party games, right? They sell a bunch of copies. On top of that, they sell a bunch of consoles. They make money off of their hardware where Microsoft don't. So Microsoft is losing on their consoles and they're losing on the software front. So therefore they have no choice but to open it up. PlayStation keep doing what they're doing with their first party by having it exclusive because the games sell enough and the hardware makes them enough money. Now, if either of those stop, then they're gonna, of course, have to open the platform up. I'm not even mad at them by putting their old games and stuff like that on PC or even the live service games on PC. I'm not. Because once I said, if Microsoft is able to make a bunch of money, right, by putting their games on PC, granted, I don't want them to do a day and date, right? That's off the table. But their old shit, even if that makes them 50 million, 100 million, shit, why not? Who cares? I ain't playing that old shit no more. I done got the benefit out of it on my platform. I got it for a year or 2 or 3 or 4. Like Ghost of Tsushima, right? That shit came like 4 years later. It's like, okay, who cares? Why am I getting mad at that old shit? That shit, I've been beat it. Once you beat it, you got the platinum, you fucking move on. I don't care.
Yeah, real shit.
But so,
like, why would I?
Yeah, but I get the whole day and date shit, but I also have to understand this is a business. And so if they provide these first party games for you and these games don't sell, you know, like I told Porter Rock, I said a lot of PlayStation gamers, we are sore winners. Right? We get all the games. We get the $400 million, $300 million games where nobody else is making that shit on our platform. We get all the third party games, right? The Square Enix games. We get all the Final Fantasies, all that shit exclusively to our platform. But we either sometime we don't buy it, or sometime we're not willing to, after a certain amount of time, we're not willing to let them go and take those games and make more money off them after a year, 2 years, 3 years. Those are the hard lines that I say. Now you have to bend a little bit. You have to, you just can't be a hardliner from that standpoint,
right?
Because this is these companies out to make money, man. They're out to make money. You can't tell them, no, I don't want you to make money because I spent $500 on my platform. Yeah, you spent $500, but if you still want them to keep investing these $300 and $400 million in these games, there's going to have to be a give and take. The developers keep telling you that the development cost is going up through the roof. Sony is the only one spending $300, $400 million on a single player game. They're the only ones doing it. Nobody else in the industry is doing it.
Yeah.
So
and they have a reason to do it too.
Exactly.
Because people buy their game.
Exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, that's why I've been years ago. I've been off of that. No, don't do this, don't do that. I'm like, fuck it. As long as you give me the perks as a console gamer, give me that shit day one, give me access to it. 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years down the line, do what the fuck you want. I could care less.
Mm-hmm.
That was just. I mean, I know this is all, it's all personal. It's all everybody's opinion, but that's just been my thing. But if putting an old ass game like Ghost of Tsushima on PC will help fund my Ghost of Yotai, I'm all for it. Because that motherfucker is going to shine on my PS5 Pro, and that money helped fund this, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
I think people need to realize that PC ain't the competitor that people want to think that it is. It's not an Xbox. It's a whole different
ecosystem,
demographic.
Yeah.
And they like different type of games. That's why these games that are blockbusters to us, that sell buckets to us,
they don't sell
buckets
shit on PC. They be lucky to sell like 500,000 copies, maybe 1 million.
Right. On games that are like the pinnacle to us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Look how God of War 1 did. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, God of War 2016 or even Ragnarok. Look how that did.
Yeah. Nothing.
You know what I'm saying? A game that sold 20 million in what, 2 months?
Yeah.
Or some shit like that. Or the year was over, barely sold on
PC. Yeah.
You know?
And people, and that's why I say it. The PC guys like to say, yeah, we got over 3 billion PC gamers out there. It's like, yeah, but fuck. You motherfuckers damn sure didn't buy these goddamn PlayStation games when they came to your platform. So
no, you didn't.
But those
that's not CS:GO.
Exactly. It's not. It's just not. They're not. But
it's not.
That's why I call them Xbox refugees. Those are just Xbox guys that jump to PC. Because real PC gamers don't give a fuck about Ghost of Tsushima. They don't give a fuck about God of War. They don't give a fuck about this Spider-Man coming. They just don't.
No, they really don't.
But I do get what, again, I'm not discrediting people's concerns. I'm not discrediting that at all. And I hear people say, well, Sony putting more games on PlayStation, on PC than they're doing PlayStation. It's like, listen, you saying that out of anger and rage right now because they haven't shown you their full roadmap. And the only reason you want to see their full roadmap is so you can continue to make content for your channel and fanboy out and with the list wars. The console war is over. You won decisively.
Yep.
Why are you still why do you still feel insecure around Xbox and PC? I don't understand it. But I've always said PlayStation gamers are sore winners and that we would have to lose in order for us to understand what we have. Look at, like Quarter Rock said earlier, those Xbox dudes will give their fucking right arm to be in a position that PlayStation guys are in right now.
That's facts. That's big facts.
But you have it. You're getting a mid-gen refresh. You're getting the PlayStation 6. You're getting all of the fucking games. You're getting VR. You got a Portal. You got all of this shit. You got Xbox games. And you're still fucking complaining about some of the most pettiest shit ever. I get it. It's only a minority of PlayStation gamers. It's only in the content creator space because the normal gamers, they don't give a fuck.
They don't give two shits.
But it's the loud mouths, right? And they're not bad people. They're not bad people. I'm not firing shots at anybody. I'm just saying in general. I think we need to reassess the situation. If you want your platform to keep doing what it's doing and giving you the stuff that nobody else is giving you, and your platform to be the place that everybody wants to bring their games to day one, you got Wukong, right? Day one on your platform. It wasn't anywhere else besides, PC is not a console, so I don't give a fuck about that. I'm talking about on console. It was nowhere else. Then you're gonna have to open up to reality. Let some of these old ass games, this live service games, it needs to come to PC because you need a large install base. We're only 3 years into the generation. We haven't even hit the 4-year mark yet. So there's not enough PlayStations out in a while and for some reason they keep comparing PlayStation 5 now at this date to the PlayStation 4 at the end of its generation. You can't compare 65, 70 million PlayStations to 120 million goddamn PS4s. You can't. They keep doing it, but and I just shake my head, and that's why I set my profile offline and I just game myself because it becomes fucking nonsense. We won, man. We had Dirk Griggity. I got the clip with Dirk Griggity and them and We Bleed Green. They said that Puerto Rock and J Dub won. They won. They deserve to parade and we do. Right? We won. We won. The shit we were saying and telling them came true.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Real shit.
And you know, I would love for Xbox to be competition and to try to make the best games and the best hardware and to compete like they should. They decided they don't want to, and I can't be mad at that. They see that their fan base did not show up. That's a Xbox gamer problem. They didn't show up. PlayStation gamers are showing up and buying their consoles. They're showing up buying their games. It's just the Xbox dudes didn't show up. They sold almost 60 million consoles last generation. 57 Xbox Ones last generation. None of those guys really showed up this generation at all. That's with 2 next generation consoles. So I don't know. That's with buying ABK. That's with buying ZeniMax. They just didn't show up.
They just didn't show up. It just is what it is. There's nothing that they can do.
Yeah. Eric was
nothing.
good.
Like you said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you said, the console war was won. Like, I don't understand. I mean, that's why I done moved on to even talking about these PC dudes. And what's to talk about with Xbox?
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's. And I'm being honest, I hate the discussion between PC and PlayStation because it's because most PlayStation guys have a PC and most PC gamers have a PlayStation. So what is there to fight? That's why I said the dudes that's fighting from a PC perspective, they're just Xbox guys. They're Xbox
telling
guys.
PlayStation,
yeah,
and they're trying to find a way to lower the value of PS5 Pro and say you can get a PC to do the same thing. And it's like, bro, they're 2 different. I just finished talking to a dude on Twitter, like, bro, they're 2 different types of fucking devices, bro. They are not direct competitors. If they were, when you go to fucking Walmart, you go to the video game section, you'll fucking see everything next to each other. What's PC's color, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Xbox used the green section, Nintendo red, PlayStation blue. What color is PC? You know? Like, it's not
PC
in that
is
section.
in its own different section, way across the way.
Yeah, you gotta pass the cell phone section.
Yep.
You gotta pass the TV section.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
You know, so it's like they're not direct competitors, bro. They're just devices. And those 2 other devices, the mobile and the TV, also play games as well that are not direct competitors with consoles, bro. It's not. That's what I've been trying to tell these cats. Stop saying that it's like they want a new war. And it's like, bro, it's impossible for this war to happen because nothing that happens will affect PlayStation, just like nothing that PlayStation is going to do is going to affect your fucking PC that you done built yourself and all this good shit.
Exactly.
They're fucking sharing games. Y'all say, oh, PlayStation they just put their games on PC. Yeah, PC putting their games on PlayStation as well. Did you not notice?
Yeah.
You know? It's like PC is not owned by nobody. PC is nothing but third-party shit. PlayStation is also a third-party game on PC.
It is.
It's everybody's third-party. You know what I'm saying? Like, depending on what shit you want.
Yeah.
Especially.
But here's the thing, Trash. I've been gaming, bro, since the Atari 2600. Right? My brother and my sister, they had an Atari 2600. So just by nature, I was a little kid playing their console, and then we got an NES, and then we got the Sega Genesis, and on and on and on, right?
Right.
It has always been a console war. There has never been a PC war, right?
Yes, exactly.
So why it's a console war it's called console war for a reason. It never included PC. Why the fuck do you want to start a console versus PC war? Console will win automatically for the sheer number of fucking games that people buy for just that one game. Now, that's running on console. Now, obviously, you got your CSGOs and your Dota 2s and shit like that, but that's inherently like most of their fucking games are fucking free, right? Fucking CSGO and all that shit was free at a certain time. And a lot of that shit free to play. It's just a dumb argument. I don't even like having an argument, but I get it. It's the next grift as well.
Yeah, it is.
People realize the
It's
console war is over. That are going to affect their channels. So let's switch to PC,
so they gotta
and we're
move
going to
on.
fight it from that angle. But I think they're finding a hard time to get people to engage from that perspective.
Yeah, PC's boring, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as to talk about, it's not like console. Like, cause console, like Xbox, like console gamers could relate to Xbox, no matter what console you use, right? You can relate to what it is for Xbox. It's different expectations. There's different, like there's locked fucking hardware, and so we compare that with PC. You can't compare hardware because there's like everybody's PC is fucking different. There's no locked hardware to say, oh, this company came out and look how powerful PC is now in comparison to PlayStation. And it's not like that. It depends on how fat your pockets are.
Yeah.
And then that's why I tell PC dudes, like, they be like, PC is better than PS5 Pro. I say, who's PC? And then the information stops. And then the conversation stops. Because you're trying to fight a war against something that has locked specs versus something that has specs all over the fucking place.
Yep.
And more than likely, your specs ain't better than the PS5 Pro specs.
Yep. Exactly.
But you're saying PC, you know what I mean? So it's just, they're not the same devices. They don't have the same anything. They just have games that they play the same fucking games. And depending on what your PC is, it's going to be better or worse.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Hey,
And the
listen, guys.
majority
In the chat, please only remove messages or time somebody out or something like that. Only if they say some racist stuff or some crazy stuff. Like, but if they just console warn or saying some some goofy shit, let that shit rock. It's not working.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, I might be having to say this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, man, my chat, they be timing motherfuckers out quick. What you say? Blink.
Real quick.
Yeah, we don't run anybody off, right? Again, if they're saying some racist stuff or some bad stuff, yeah, get their ass out of here. But if they just just arguing just to be arguing, let them rock. That's what we here for. You know what I'm saying? We taking refugees here. You know what I'm saying? But let me ask you this, Thrash. What game? What's out of what we know that's coming next year? What's your most anticipated game?
Next year?
Yeah,
Indiana Jones. Nah. Kobe.
Can you imagine, brother? Can you imagine? Hey, that shit gonna be like Christmas, bro. The Digital Foundry, hey, they gonna be smiling from ear to ear, comparing the Indiana Jones on the PS5 Pro to the. That shit gonna be a bloodbath.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so we got Wolverine, we got Ghost of Yotai, we got Death Stranding 2, we got Grand Theft Auto 6, we got Indiana Jones, Phantom Blade 0. What else we got coming? Apparently Halo Master Chief Collection. What else? There was some other games we talked about in chat. Well, we got at least for Xbox, apparently Avowed, State of Decay 3.
I think Doom coming, right?
Yep, Doom, Day Zero, or whatever that's called. Lost Soul Aside, that's one.
I hope they finally fucking bring out with that shit, bro. I hope they do.
Yeah, Dynasty Warriors. I'm picking that up.
Marvel 1943. That's coming out.
Yeah.
Death Stranding 2.
Yeah, I named that already. Yeah.
I think. I mean, I know there's a lot. I know there's plenty more than that.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Probably other games too.
Yeah, it's a lot of shit coming out. I mean, I guess I say Ghost of Tsushima, dog. Like I'll probably Ghost of Yotai. Let me not disrespect. I think it's disrespect to call it Ghost of Tsushima. It's not Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah.
Ghost of Yotai. I'm probably looking forward to that. Indiana Jones, not really. I mean, I wasn't attracted to it when it wasn't announced for PlayStation. So I'm not. I had to see more on that. But I'm trying to think of what RPGs is supposed to be coming out. But if it's Lost Soul Aside and Phantom Blade Zero, of course I'm on that shit.
Yeah.
So
Metal Gear. Metal Gear is coming.
Oh, Metal Gear. I thought it's coming out. Ain't they coming out like next month or some shit?
No, it was supposed to come out this year. They haven't gave us a release date yet, and they just keep saying they waiting. I know for a fact that they was waiting on the PS5 Pro.
Yeah, had to be.
Yeah,
had to be, bro. Had
because they had a release date. They already said that they were done with the game. They were just doing some bug fixes. So I'm like, but they said that before the summertime. So I'm like, okay, they're gonna wait for the PS5 Pro. So maybe it'll get a late December release date. But even then, like, maybe because it's Metal Gear and everybody know what Metal Gear is, right? Maybe they already kind of know. We don't really have to market that shit like it's Metal Gear. Everybody fucking grew up on Metal Gear, so.
Yeah. So they already know what time it is.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed that got pushed to
February 14th, Valentine's Day.
Yeah, hey, we got to Switch 2, Thrash. We got Switch 2 next year, so potentially
we got that too.
We're gonna get
that
Metroid, Metroid 4,
Metroid Prime, Metroid Prime,
3D Mario Kart. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. I mean, you also got that that Xbox game.
South of Midnight. I'm looking forward to that as well.
South of Midnight. Yeah.
I'm gonna watch the PlayStation version of that, but I'm gonna get that. I mean, that look good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. Like, I really need to look at it. I think that I need to wait. I'm gonna wait until the Game Awards because I think that's when a lot of next year dates is gonna get dropped. And I think Microsoft is gonna announce their hardware on it. That little handheld bullshit that they're gonna do.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna see that. I think it's gonna be an interesting show. I think it's gonna be interesting to watch. Sony's been fucking too quiet for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as what they doing. At least let us know what you don't give a fuck if it's not coming out 5 years. Show me something. You know what I'm saying? I heard that Wolverine gonna update.
Yeah. The thing about that, Thrash, they showed us Wolverine 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. 3
fucking years ago, and we ain't heard shit from that game. So do you think that was a mistake by them showing us that 3 years? Like it's a catch-22 to me, because it's like if these games ain't ready and you show them, and we got to sit here for another 2-3 years, like that's bullshit.
Like, what are we on? What are we on?
But you know, at the same time, you do got to show us what you work. So it's a catch-22, man. So I don't know. Like I don't know what the perfect.
They got to look at Last of Us 2, bro. Remember, The Last of Us 2, they showed a trailer. And first, we didn't know what the fuck it was.
Yeah.
There was dragging Abby down the thing about the head.
Yeah.
Fuck is this? What the fuck? That looked like Ellie. Is that her mom? Like, you know?
Yeah.
And but the thing about The Last of Us is that they kept giving us updates. They kept giving us trailers. Same thing with Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Like, Death Stranding, I think, took like 3 years to come out.
Yeah.
But he kept giving trailers. With Death Stranding 2, we ain't seeing that.
Yeah.
And I think it's because of the Pro. Maybe it's because of the Pro that we're not seeing it like we should be. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So
I said this on Porter Rock's show like 6 months ago. He can tell you. We had this conversation about where's the roadmap for a PlayStation. And I said, listen, I'm just joking, but it'll be funny if this turned out to be true. What if they just waiting for that PS5 Pro to showcase, to show off their games and showcasing and stuff like that? What if that's the case? Come to find out, PS5 Pro, they revealed it, and then like 2 weeks later, they revealed Ghost of Yotai, right? So I said, see, that ended up being accurate as it. And guess what? We may get another. I'm not sure we're gonna get another State of Play before the end of the year, but the Game Awards last year, they gave Jeff Keighley Death Stranding 2 to show off. So I'm pretty sure Sony's going to give him something else to show off.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know. Maybe the days of doing the showcase, or I don't know. Nobody knows. Yeah, Sony not really.
They're not saying shit, bro.
Yeah, they're not really saying.
I mean, we get a text, bro.
Yeah.
Like we used to get we were so spoiled, bro.
That's what I know, man. We used to, But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Sony has no competition. So do they really like that? They may feel like we're not really in a rush. The game's gonna come. I'm gonna just let them keep cooking. We giving them the fucking best third party games out there. We giving them Astrobot. We giving them this. We giving them that. For a year that was supposed to be light, this ended up being a mega fucking year for PlayStation.
Yeah,
a mega year. A mega year.
Very much. Very much so.
And
I mean,
it was supposed to be the reverse, remember? Because we was like, damn, Xbox got this long laundry list of games that's coming. PlayStation ain't got shit. Like, what the fuck? And then they turn out shit from Grand Blue Fantasy, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, The Last of Us remake, Rise of Ronin, Stellar Blade, on and on and on. Just kept going. They never stopped. And even Until Dawn, and then Silent Hill 2. Who the fuck knew Silent Hill 2 was gonna be a GOTY contender? Like, damn, like,
bro,
like, man, this shit been crazy.
Yeah, even the failures like Concord and Foam Star.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like
that was still exclusive. That was still exclusive, regardless. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like they had a 2017 year. Like Silent. I don't know if you remember 2017 to where that's when they had Persona 5. They had like 11 exclusives, bro, like big time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just like,
oh no, don't forget Wukong, right?
Oh yeah,
because that Wukong, it's a lot of fucking games that just so happen are PlayStation exclusives this year. Now here's the thing. PlayStation technically never has had a year where they didn't have anything. That just never, that's not in their DNA, right? That's not in their DNA. A down year to them is a year like this year that ended up being fucking fantastic. So this is the worst. If this is the worst that PlayStation can offer, nobody should be able to say shit. Let them cook.
Nothing. Yeah. Super.
So,
stupid.
But the fact that they have no competition now, will that allow them to just kind of do whatever it is they want to do and take their time and not tell? I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, but I would like for Xbox to compete. I'm glad Nintendo is still in the gaming space. They offer another exposure, another avenue for gamers, and so the more avenues you have, the better. I've never been the one to say, nah, I don't want this company to do X, Y, and Z.
Right.
But I don't know, man. I think something just tells me just Xbox is out of here, and then the PlayStation is just going to be the de facto console gaming thing. It's just a household name brand. It's just a household platform, you know. That's just it's just going forward.
Yeah. Huh? No, yeah. I mean, I would hope another company comes in. I would hope, like, if Xbox ain't gonna stay, I would hope another company comes in. I would hope Sega would come back. I'll bet that shit they want. If they come out and said Sega Dreamcast 2 with Power 2 locked in day one, I'm buying that.
I ain't gonna lie, Thrash. Listen, something tells me. See, here's the thing: Microsoft got the money. They just ain't got. They just don't have the talent. They don't have the management style. They just don't have it. It's not built into their DNA. It's built into Sega. The thing about Sega, right, is they just didn't have the money. If somebody would have stepped in and funded them, you know, and got them on one accord, then they would have been straight. But Microsoft is a new kid on the block with all the fucking money, so it is what it is. Some people say Apple. Some people thought at one time that Google. I just don't know. I don't want a company to get into the space and turn it into something that it's not. I love my console gaming. I don't want a fucking service company to come in, some drive-by-night grifter to come in to make a quick buck and jump in and try to change gaming into this subscription shit and this, you know, that's the shit that fucked me up with Xbox. I'm like, you got a platform. Support your platform. Stop trying to get people to do all this other shit that they don't want to. Sony has already tried with PlayStation TV. They tried with the mobile. They've tried all of these. They tried with the streaming shit. They've tried it. It doesn't work. Gamers don't want to partake that way. So you're going to come and say, well, we think we can do better than PlayStation. And you try and you fail. Google came in. They tried and they failed.
That should have been the key identifier was Google, especially. They had more money than Sony.
Yep.
They lost a stupid amount of money.
Yep.
And they just dropped that shit.
Yep.
They knew when to drop it. Like, no, this ain't gonna work. And the crazy part is it worked fantastically.
Yeah.
Like I played it, used it, and I thought like latency was gonna be bad, bro.
It was
like
it was good.
no, it was like crazy, and it was like I ain't gonna get into it because I just don't want people. I don't want to do cloud. I don't want to fuck all that shit. I want to own my shit. I want to feel my shit in its hands. I can trade it, give it to somebody, let somebody borrow it, whatever. But they couldn't do it, with this service shit. It's a difficult thing to do in gaming, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like TV and music. Like, TV and music go one way. Like, when you press play, it goes to the machine and it's just playing. That's it.
Yep.
With gaming, you got to press a button. You got to go to the servers and then come back to you. And then it's just like the payment plans and all. Nobody. And then you raising the prices. Like, they've raised the prices for gaming services more than they've raised the prices for fucking gaming total.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? The small time that we've had cloud gaming.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like, because it's not going to work. It's financially not going to work. You're going to end up having to charge you a game a month. You know what I'm saying? To even try to make money. And who's going to pay $70 a month for a gaming service?
That's
you know? Especially if you have a trash month.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, no way. I don't need, and then on top of that, they don't realize that gamers have games. Mm-hmm. So it's like, why am I paying you to give me a backlog when I already have a backlog of games that I handpick?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Why would I pay you monthly for your backlog that you handpick, that you take and remove and add to whenever you want to?
Yep.
When I already have a backlog of games I handpicked.
I always say I would rather pay full price for games that I want than a quarter of the price for a bunch of shit that I'm not interested in.
Exactly, bro. And I think that's what they make. That's what Sony, Microsoft, they make these mistakes.
Yep.
Of thinking that it's about the count of games instead of the games, the actual games. It's like, no, bro,
you only have so much hours in the day or in the week or in the month of your time to game. You're gonna give. This is what I hate going to restaurants. When you open the menu, there's a billion goddamn items. I hate that. That's why I go to, I go to rather restaurants that there's like 8 things on the menu. You either get this, or this. That's it. That's our specialty. We're not doing it because I end up with that menu with 1,000 things on it, and I still don't know what to pick.
Yeah. Not to mention, like, you gotta worry about, like, since there's so many things on the menu, what's bought the least, and then if I get that, how long that been in the freezer?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
If you have you gotta have a freezer. You're not giving all this shit fresh. Impossible. You're gonna lose all. So yeah, no, it's just like they thought that was it, but it's really not it. They need to find a new way to make money. Yeah. That's just what it is. It's not the way, because you're not gonna give us a library of games we don't fucking want and think we're gonna have the time to even play them all.
Exactly.
To play half a quarter of them.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
I tell anybody, man, I get to game late at night when the wife and the kids sleep. I get a couple of hours there, maybe during a week if I don't go into the office or something like that. I'll get to game, but time has to be shared with a bunch of different stuff. And I know there's guys that, they don't have wife, they don't have kids, and they get to, play games all day and they get fucking unlimited platinums or whatever. That's just not my. It's not my family makeup, so I don't have that. I don't have that to do, right? So I can't do that. I would love to do that, but I can't. I got business to run. I got different things. But so with that being said, I only have a limited amount of time to play the games. So I'm going to buy the games. I'm going to play them as I see fit, as I can, as it's structured into my life. But you offering me a buffet of 1,000 games, whereas like 99% of them I'm not interested in, I wouldn't have bought them. Like, I'm going to tell you, and it's the truth. I've told everybody. I use Game Pass as a test. Like, if there's a game I'm interested in, I'll check out Game Pass to see if it's worth it. If I find out it's worth it, I'll go and buy it on my PlayStation.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like that. They don't give Microsoft the money. PlayStation's going to get the money.
Yeah.
It's because Microsoft make it so easy to jump in and jump out. Like, I got a trial. I'm going to go try this game. Like, Indiana Jones come out. I'm going to try that shit in December. Whenever it come out, I'm going to try it on Game Pass. If it's worth it, if it's worth it, I'm going to fucking go ahead and buy it when it comes to fucking PlayStation 5 Pro. Spend that $70.
Yep. It is what it is.
That's just it is what it is.
Yeah, man. They've made a system that hurt them, ultimately hurt their entire business.
Absolutely.
They made their gamers not want to.
I don't think that they thought that gamers would do that, but they don't know gamers. Gamers will finesse the fucking system any kind of way. And listen, those Xbox ambassadors, they've been finessing the system forever. Because as soon as Microsoft got rid of that program, they all jumped ship. They all said that they were that'd be the last time they in Game Pass.
Yeah.
People just
like, I'm not renewing.
Yeah.
That's not going to renew.
Yeah.
I mean, as they shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? If that's the only thing that kept you in there was getting it free, that was the value that you put on that service.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Microsoft made their people like that to the point to where even games that didn't come to Xbox, like Metaphor, it was Metaphor was a thing. Oh, it's successful. It sold 1 million in a day or whatever.
Yeah.
And then to come to find the majority is on PlayStation.
Yeah.
It's because a lot of people on Xbox thought it was coming to Game Pass, and once they found out that it wasn't, they didn't buy it.
Absolutely.
It just is what it is. It's cannibalizing not only their own games, but the money they would have made from third-party games.
Yeah.
If they're not in Game Pass, it's like it's a death sentence for games.
Yep.
You know, on that system. So it's just, and I've heard like indie developers talk about that shit, like how like this one indie developer made a game and he was talking with Microsoft, hoping that he would be able to get in the Game Pass. Ultimately, he didn't. So ultimately, he didn't make no monies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because when it comes to indie games, people will play that on fucking Game Pass.
Yeah.
You know, they won't buy it. It should be on Game Pass or not. Do you remember that Dolphin game? When Xbox first came out, it was a Dolphin game. I was clowning that shit. But it was a Dolphin game made by this guy, and people were saying, oh, it's 120 frames per second and 4K. Yeah. And the guy said that you can do that on PS5. That game never came out. And that game never, I spoke to this dude on Twitter. That game never came out because he never got a Game Pass deal. Mm-hmm. And he said he didn't want to put his game out because he knew he wouldn't have sold. He needed the crutch of Game Pass to get it. That's why he was talking about it so much and saying, oh, it's not going to be on PlayStation and it can't be on PlayStation and saying all this shit, trying to get into Game Pass. And he never got into Game Pass.
Yeah.
And so that game never came out. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's just, and it was a trash game. It's going to be a trash game for sure. But even Digital Foundry talked about it. Like, Digital Foundry talked about this fucking Dolphin game because it was 120 frames per second.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
You know?
I remember that shit.
Yeah. And it's just, but it just ruined how businesses is ran. And I think it's just so detrimental. And I hope that they were to get out of that. I hope Microsoft's business is the cloud. They're not going to leave it, bro. They're not going to leave it alone.
No, that is Microsoft right now. It's cloud. That's what they do.
Cloud. Yeah. They restructured their entire business based on the cloud. They got fucking Windows on the cloud now.
Yep. They became the world's richest company that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, through the cloud.
Yeah.
So if they can't make gaming work through the cloud, then fuck gaming is what they're going to be, bro. Yeah. Because it's just not, it's not part of their business, and they don't need it to be the richest company in the world. Yeah. You know?
Do you think there's a way that they'll partner with NVIDIA to do it? To the world?
They already have.
Yeah. I mean, like, let's say.
Oh, you mean like from the gaming thing?
Yes, like not a console, but let's say they get out of the console space, and everything they do is going to be the cloud. But let's say they use NVIDIA as the carrier to usher Game Pass in their games into the next space for the future. Because
that'd be crazy.
That's something that NVIDIA don't have, which is games, right? But they have the transmission method of doing it.
So you're saying
people typically trust NVIDIA. People don't trust Microsoft.
That is interesting, and they can do it because I know NVIDIA has had like contracts with some people, like you'll say NVIDIA like big flat screens.
Yeah.
But then if you're saying they hook up and actually make games designed to utilize
for that exclusively for that is their, let's say if that's their future, they partner with
that would be crazy. That would be a good ass move.
Yeah.
But I don't know how good the developers. I mean, but then what are you gonna do? You gonna make Call of Duty?
Well, Microsoft. Think about it. They own more publishers and developers than anybody else in the world. Mm-hmm. So not all the games gonna suck. You know what I'm saying? They got Call of Duty.
I mean, I mean, especially on PC, if they make Call of Duty exclusive to Nvidia, they'll definitely sell more Nvidia chips. But then will that help Microsoft make? But will that help Microsoft make money off Call of Duty? That'll be the question. Like
at this point, Microsoft don't care because they're still going to make money off of PlayStation. They're still going to make money off of Nintendo, but it opens up a whole nother avenue. Because think about it, they're getting rid of the hardware, so that means they don't have to spend billions in R&D anymore. They're letting somebody else take the heavy load.
Pay that bill.
Yeah.
Right.
And who better than NVIDIA, the number one AI chip manufacturer in the world? NVIDIA brings this technology to the forefront. People trust the name. I don't know. I don't know what it'll look like, but I'm just thinking of a way that Xbox can survive without just being a third party publisher. Like it's some capacity.
I mean, they would first of all they would have to ride Call of Duty till the wheels fall off. Right, that's going to be the game that they would have to ride to get into whatever doors they need to get into. Right, and when rightfully so, then they'll be able to do it with that game.
Yeah, and
then they can add the game to do all that. But it all depends on how that money flow is going to be.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? How much of these NVIDIA cards are going to cost?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? How many people are going to buy those NVIDIA cards, and will they work on all NVIDIA cards? Are they going to start doing like generations like console, or if it's the cloud, then it should work on every NVIDIA card.
Yeah,
because you're running it from some server.
Now don't forget the NVIDIA Shield, right? The NVIDIA Shield tablet and console and stuff like that they have. If NVIDIA made their new Shield, where I wouldn't let's not call it Xbox because Xbox is a negative name, but partnered with Microsoft, it would be Microsoft Gaming, NVIDIA, some kind of hybrid that they partnered together. Sarah Bond did say something about most technologically advanced. She didn't say console,
right?
But
no, she didn't. She said,
what's more technologically advanced than NVIDIA chips or NVIDIA, right?
Right.
Machine learning, AI, all that shit. So could that be a play where they kind of sold off the division, a portion of it, or even the hardware side over to NVIDIA, or they're going to partner long term? And like, I don't know how that looks. But
me neither.
Yeah, I just don't know if Microsoft has the stomach to continue on in the console space.
I don't know if I don't think they do. Yeah. I mean, just the fact that they don't have a something to compete with the Pro, already puts them in the back burner to begin with. Now their games their best-selling games officially will be best played on a PlayStation. Call of Duty is going to be best on the Pro.
Yeah.
Minecraft will be best on the Pro.
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck, be best on the fucking Pro. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they put out there. So the fact that that's happening and they're not doing nothing shows that they want to get out of the hard. They're getting out of the hardware space.
Yeah.
Because that's too important of a thing. You know what I'm saying? That's too important. If they want to be in a hardware space, you cannot allow your people to have a step over you. You want to claim you have the most powerful this, most powerful that. You make that type of fucking life for gamers up today, but then you ignore it and let your competition actually do the thing that you said you were. You know? Yeah. I got 12 teraflops. Now this motherfucker got, I don't even know how many teraflops the Pro got. I just know that motherfucker more powerful than the motherfucking Xbox Series X. You know?
Yeah.
And it's just, there's no way. There's no way they're competing. And then they're putting their games on. There's just no way. There's no way they're making they're destroying any hope that there would be another console.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You should have known, Thrash, when that ABK deal, when they was scurrying and running around trying to sign everybody to a fucking 10-year deal. They signed Boosteroid, they signed Nvidia, they signed PlayStation, they signed Nintendo, they signed every motherfucker body who wanted a deal. They signed them to a deal.
Sure did.
That in itself should have been a red flag right there.
Right there.
Because we should have said, if you sign everybody to a deal, what is there left for us Xbox gamers?
Exactly.
That is.
What are we choosing?
Yeah.
What? What are we cheering for, bro?
Yeah.
Like, I wish that I think that if the social media era wasn't around, like the 360 era, they wouldn't have had that shit. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Even the beginning of the
absolutely.
Xbox One era with the whole TV shit. Like that was worse than the TV shit. Signing fucking deals with your competitors.
Yeah, that was
Bro,
that was the end of that was the end game. That was the end of the end there.
Yeah.
Listen, if I see Ford and Chevy making a car together, that's a wrap. It's over.
It's over.
You know what I'm saying? That's like, what the fuck? If Lamborghini and Ferrari makes a fucking design and make a car together, it's over.
Yeah. They're not competitors. They're partners.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It is.
Yes.
It is what it is. And it depends. Like what Microsoft is bringing over, fucking bro. Like what happened to everything Microsoft said was going to happen? What happened to that hardware? Like didn't Sarah Bond say that there's going to have something in the holiday season? We in the holiday season.
And she said they was going to have a mobile store. They were going to have this. They were going to have that. All kind of shit that she said. But you know, that's why you got to put an asterisk by Microsoft and the shit that they say, because it's all subject to change by day by day. In January, Phil Spencer said, "This is just 4 games. Don't take that as an indication that more is coming." And then 2 months after that, well, yeah, more game is coming, and we just take this as, you know, we owe it to to our partners and developers and our, you know, like it's always something, right? Sarah Bond, these are the games you'll be playing in the next 12 months, and none of them fucking games come, and then she got to walk it back. Oh well, you know, we're gonna have a AAA game one every quarter, and then you only end up with fucking Hellblade for the whole year. Like, this shit is just crazy, and they still, I don't know. I think it's a wrap, man. I think,
it's a wrap. I think it's a hard wrap. It's that Xbox team don't exist. I mean, I remember we even heard that it's no longer Xbox, it's Microsoft.
Yeah, it's Microsoft Gaming. Yeah,
it's no longer Xbox. I think they stepped
trash. They went to Tokyo, bro. They went to Tokyo Gaming Show just to play the fucking PlayStation 5 Pro and Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth.
Yes.
And they showed off of the Fire Stick. They didn't show off the new Xboxes. They didn't tell you this is why you need to buy an Xbox. They, like, the shit they doing is anti-console.
Bro, think about it like this too. That new Halo shit that they showed, right?
Yep.
How many times did they mention Xbox Series X?
Shit, none. Zero.
Absolutely no time. No, they had mentioned no console at all.
At all.
All they mentioned, they said, we changing our name, and them niggas was still wearing 343 gear.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Bruh.
You remember Blade, when they showed Blade, and it didn't have Xbox or anything on it, and that everybody was like, why doesn't this? It's because guess what? That shit is coming to PlayStation. Like, that's just it is what it is.
It's set in stone. They just haven't fucking said it. They're waiting for some good news to go along with that bad news, bro. And I think it's going to be that handheld. That handheld, they're going to be like, okay, we're not putting shit out on. We ain't doing consoles no more, but we're starting this new light, this new day. It's a new day.
Yeah.
We're going to have this handheld, and we're going to have our games on every platform that we can have, including PlayStation. Fucking Sean Layden come out and say, you know what? I'm working with PlayStation again. Let me kiss this nigga on the mouth. There's something like that.
Yeah.
Is going to hold that, bro. Like, but I mean, I can't.
Even if they do a handheld, it won't even be like the best handheld, because you got to compete against Nintendo. You got to compete against the Steam Deck, the ROG Ally, and the rest. Like, and even the goddamn number one selling fucking console handheld is the goddamn PlayStation Portal.
Yeah.
So you got to compete against all. There is nothing in gaming where I see Microsoft being number one at all.
They're not, and I think they tried to create that avenue with streaming.
Yeah,
and I think that's part of it, because you know what they did. You heard the court in the courts what they said they did to Steam, right? Like, Stadia, about how they said like computers with Windows on it, they had to pay a grip of money to have fucking Stadia working on computers with Windows.
Yep,
and it's like with NVIDIA. They like waived all that shit so NVIDIA can do it, but then you know what I mean. So it's like there's that control. And they've been using it's like the tactics they've been using to damage everybody else. They wanted to have streaming to themselves, bro.
Yeah.
They wanted to be the kings of streaming. That's
Well,
why the EU had a problem
Yeah.
with their whole shit and
Yep.
made them have Ubisoft
Yep.
be in control because they saw what they was trying to do.
I was just going to
Like-
say that. They gave Ubisoft the exclusive rights to all of that shit.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
had to get it
Yeah.
to get it done.
To make it sense, to make it make sense, because they knew that they was trying to go for a monopoly in the cloud. It's just that what the one factor that they're not understanding is that gamers just don't want a game on the cloud, bro.
They don't, bro.
Just don't.
Listen,
Just
I know
don't.
people are saying, "Oh, it's about the future." I've been hearing motherfuckers saying that console is dying and cloud was the future for 20 goddamn years, man. It's just not. People are playing
not.
today the same way that they played back then in the Atari 2600 days, right? Back in the ColecoVision days, back in it's just that's how gaming is meant to be played. It's just became a medium where people are comfortable with doing that, and anybody can fucking just press a button, power the system on, and just game. You're not changing that. You're not changing that. Good luck trying to get grandma and little kids to know how to use a fucking cloud. They don't want to. The bandwidth isn't there. The data caps aren't there. The speed isn't there. It'll never be there.
No.
Unless you live in Japan or Korea, the infrastructure is not there. It's just not.
That's not. It's just too much. There's too many variables that goes up against it. Bro. It's just not.
My internet is not stable enough for it. Like, y'all got to gig up and gig down, but I mean, what the fuck when AT&T start having issues?
Yeah.
Like,
or people who live in areas with data caps.
Yeah.
What happens with that?
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a stupid idea that Sony had themselves, like we talked about earlier. They asses gave up on that shit real quick. 'Cause they saw the bullshit.
Yep. But that's what I said. They tried it. It didn't work. Why does Microsoft and everybody else continue to try that shit? Like, gamers have spoken. They just don't want to.
Yeah. They don't want to listen to gamers. They want gamers to listen to them.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
As a company, there is nothing wrong with having gamers just buy a console and buy the games and just move on with life. It's okay. You don't have to reinvent this shit. It's been a successful thing for 40 years.
Yes. How about you just make you some great games? How about that?
That's it.
Well, they will come. They have come before. They will come again. I'm not go back.
Yep.
You got some great games. I think I might ignore some. These Xbox dudes are leaving Xbox and getting a PS5 Pro right now because of games.
Because of games.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because of games. They have the games over there. They have a more powerful console. They're going over there. They would stay with Xbox if you had, you know how crazy it would be right now, bro, if Xbox actually had games? Like if we had it like in the 360 days.
Oh yeah.
Like I feel bad for fools who haven't played gaming in that age where when PS3 started getting their shit going and 360 already had their shit going and Nintendo had their little bullshit going. Everybody was happy. It was similar to the fucking Sega Nintendo SNES day.
You know what I'm saying? That was peak gaming. Peak gaming. There was options.
Bruh.
You had Nintendo, you had Sega, you had PlayStation. There was options there. Everybody was eating. Everybody was enjoying. It's just, I don't know, man. I think corporatocracy started this shit.
Yeah, man. It really did.
People that are not into gaming, they don't game. They're not in it for the love and the craft and the artistry of gaming, but they're just business people that just want to make a lot of money and they don't care. And that's how you end up with Xbox. That's what Xbox is.
Yeah, they're squeezing nickels.
Fortunately for us, right? PlayStation is still ran by a company that believes in the artistry and the craft and everything because they own other things that is that, right? Like they own the movies, the music,
music and all that.
Yeah, they own everything that is craft, is artistry.
Right.
So that's
and they see what
yeah.
And they're meshing them. They're bringing them together.
Yes.
That's that
synergy. They're making TV shows and movies of these games.
Don't they got a God of War concert or some bullshit coming up?
Yep.
They're mixing all of this shit. They got The Last of Us TV show, Uncharted movies, concerts.
Yep.
They are mixed all of their strengths together. What Microsoft do?
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Microsoft right now they're just trying to figure it out, man. I don't think they'll ever get it together. And I know they're talking about Halo and the next couple of Halos and stuff, but I'll be honest, I don't think they'll be in this gaming space. Put it like this: Satya is not going to. He doesn't have the stomach to keep this shit being last place forever, right? Every company has their tipping point.
Yeah.
So
big facts.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah. But here, let me go. I can talk all fucking night about it.
Yeah. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming by, man. Blessing us.
Yeah. For real. Thanks for giving me the platform to speak, bro.
Definitely
appreciate
it. Shit, you gave me the platform to speak, so so of course I'm gonna reciprocate that.
Yeah. Appreciate it, indeed.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, guys, shit. I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it. I'm gonna holler at you. I know you excited as fuck for the PS5 Pro, because I am. I'm counting the days down. I can't wait for this week to go by really quick, so we'll have one more week. And
then boom.
Yeah, bro, I ain't gonna tell you, man. I've been buying all kind of new TVs and all kind of shit and anticipating. I've been redecorating and all kind of shit, man. I'm excited about this motherfucker.
I heard that shit. Yeah, I need to do this next.
Yeah, it's Christmas time. Only a goddamn new console to make me you know what I'm saying? Redo my gaming room and everything else. Man, that shit crazy.
Hell yeah, I heard that.
Yeah. Well, you take it easy, brother.
All right, you too. All right.
Later.
Yeah, guys. Listen, we've been live for almost 4 hours, 3 hours and 45 minutes. We had my brother Thrash to fall through. We had my brother Porter Rock to fall through. We had my brother Levon and Heat Stevens to fall through. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate all y'all for rocking out. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm super excited about the PS5 Pro. Can't wait. I do have an 8K TV, so I'm going to test out Formula 1 and Formula 1 2024, Gran Turismo 7. I'm going to try those 8K modes out and see how that shit is. I'm going to stream and show y'all everything. I'm not going to do an unboxing because there's going to be a million unboxings out there, and they all do it better. A lot of them are more entertaining and stuff like that. I'm not going to open my 30th anniversary. I'm going to take that and put it in the closet. I'll take some pictures and stuff like that and post on Twitter. Yeah, Johnny J, man, 4-hour show, man. Shit. I will tell y'all this. Don't let anybody steal your joy for gaming. Don't let anybody tell you that gaming is dying and everything is not. Don't let them. Gaming is at its best right now. You got a Switch 2 coming up. That shit's going to be epic. You got a PlayStation 5 Pro coming up. You know it's going to be epic. Digital Foundry is excited. They're seeing some of these games running with the pisser technology, and it's generation changing according to them. I'm using their words. It's night and day. Advanced ray tracing, 4K, 8K, 60 frames on everything, 120 frames. It's just crazy. I'm excited. I'm to the point where I bought Silent Hill 2. I played for about 2-3 hours. And I said I don't want to continue without it being on the PS5 Pro, only because I want to see the enhancements that it has. So it's kind of like riding that fence. I want to go in and play, but then again, I want to wait for the Pro. I know y'all got this. I know y'all thinking the same, man. I know y'all thinking the same. Anyway, man, it's been exciting. I will talk to y'all on Twitter. Y'all have a great evening. Thank y'all for all rocking out with me, man, showing me love. It's been fun. I will talk to y'all later. Peace.